MK music on the track.
Yo, can I be happy? That's a real question. I got a smile on my face, that's some real question. We've been wildin' nowadays, living real reckless. Although the picture don't seem vivid, man, I'm still sketching. Yeah, we still got dreams of living bigger lives. And the media's still trying to keep us hypnotized. Ain't no OG ever taught me how to get it right. So I don't ever want to hear about how I'm living mine. Yeah, dog, I'ma get it how I grew up. Niggas that we grew up with acting like they ain't know us. Looking past us, but never looking through us. They don't know what we had to endure. Yeah, making mushrooms had a manure. Hallelujah, we finally opened the doors. Had living the verses while we hum over the chorus. It just had to run its course. Big Sean said to take my time, Wody. My best friend Sean lost his moms, now we lonely. I went and tried to pawn all the dreams that they sold me. Then they killed T right outside the stove he was holding. And for them niggas, that was just a moment. But for me, I realized that I could lose everything important. I don't hold no grudge against niggas who weren't supporting, cause it's dope gang. We the ones causing all the commotion. Yeah, sometimes my hands need some lotion, and I might pop his hand if I don't have no one to roll with. Showed up to the dance when I don't have no one to go with. But that's how I met my girl, and she the one who keep me solid. Yeah, my aura's so gold, yeah, it's so lit. I'll laugh at your jokes, even the ones that I don't get. And play your new shit before I play my own shit. Bitch, welcome to the dope, bitch.
Welcome to the dopest warriors. Yes. Letting things run their course. That's what we do. When you grown, let shit run its course. Yeah. My favorite artist, PJ Corleone. The iFinder 3 mixtape out now on all digital platforms. So good to see y'all. Let me just switch it up just a little bit. I'm assuming y'all can hear me. So let's get this show on the road.
I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. People switching lanes that ain't new, that's the same shit. See me, we gon' move, we gon' do it. God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn. People switching lanes that ain't new, that's the same shit. See me, we gon' move, we don't do the conversations. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came. I'm the only one, I put my heart up on the beat. Ayo, rolling loud, now it's hard to be discreet.
Yeah.
Play my city proud, they the ones who made me me. Bless all of my family, they 10 down to the street. 10 toes to the street, that means both feet on the earth. Lost myself in
peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back, baby. I am Goddess Song, the motherfucking warrior. Happy Saturday night. Yeah, I'm coming to you live from LA on this Saturday, December 4th, 2021. In case you didn't know, in case you woke up like, what's today? It's the 4th. All right. As always, I am so happy and blessed and also grateful to be here, breathing these breaths especially, but I'm also grateful that I'm here with y'all. Shout out to my warriors in the chat. Much love to you especially. What up, everybody in the treetops with your binoculars? You know what I'm saying? And a special shout out to my replay gang. I love y'all so much. Leave me a comment. Let me know you stopped by. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Make my day, baby. How's everybody doing? Yeah, let me say hi to everybody who's up in here, up in the flesh. That deserves a special hello. Yes, you're talking to the moon tonight. We had a very special new moon and solar eclipse pass through here yesterday and today, actually. I'm going to talk to y'all about that a little bit. But yeah, shout out to my queen, Miss Della. Oh, let me throw the link in the chat also. Yeah, let them know.
Baby mama think she dating the boy. It's too late for you, boy. I just checked the Knicks and it fucked up my vision. I do what I want while you asking permission. I ask for forgiveness, cause after a glass of Guinness, I might get to spazzing and tripping and texting my exes for pictures. I put the bill, y'all pitching the it, the mayor of my city. You damn right I said it. I get high sometimes just to get level-headed. I met him. He ain't the niggas to threaten. I thought you been got the message. Flexing no gym, but you reckless.
You ain't the devil. I met him. He said, you ain't the devil. I met him. You know what I'm saying? If it's not the devil, it's a minion. And they're all up and through these YouTube streets, y'all. We're going to talk about that. What's going on, baby Yoda?
Hi. Happy
Saturday to you. What's good with you? You here in the flesh. That's good.
That is correct.
That is a good thing.
Yes, it is.
All right. So it's Saturday night. Again, we made it. I know a couple of my people. I don't see Marcus. I know Marcus will come in, but he don't like, the N word. But whenever I think of making it, I just feel like, nigga, we made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel on the inside. And that's part of what this moon is about. I want to talk about it. So what was I saying here? Yeah, I was just wanting to shout everybody out. Thank you for being here, of course. Beautiful Spirit. Yes. Chrissy Power. Wow, Wayne. It is great to see you. I appreciate you for holding the channel down. Andrew Staples. Shout out to you. It's a good lot. Ronnie Lyles. Yes. JC, the OG in the building. Yes. What's up, Shouty? Thank you for the bells. No is in the building, which is magnificent. All right. I'm feeling good. Love is Fair is here. James Peoples, what the dealio? James, you got some good reviews from your appearance last week, so feel free to hop in here. Listen, Beautiful Spirit is here. Let me bring her in. Yes. Beautiful Spirit in the building. She's in the Queen's quarters tonight, showing her face and all, giving y'all face tonight.
Yes.
Looking so beautiful. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everyone's time. Despite what some might try to tell you, I do appreciate your time because I appreciate my time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. 2022 is around the corner. You are so right about that. So I wanted to, just say thank you to everybody who shows up for me on the regular. I appreciate you so much. I'm not out here chasing no numbers. Obviously, it's been almost 3 years. I have a green screen. I do have the ability to do all kinds of tricks and all kinds of stuff. But for me, it's more about the connection, the communication, the conversation. And I'm just chilling right now. If I do ever decide to get in that race, best believe me, I'm going to show you face. I'm going to show you everything, honey. I'm going to show you what it is.
Well said.
Yeah, we just like to focus on, the substance over here pretty much. And a lot of people can't handle that, but that's okay because we don't need that riffraff over here.
Yep.
Just saying. Hey. Remember that messy Monday?
Nigga, get off section 8. Get a 9 to 5 from 9 to 9 and 9. I'm getting paid. It's been that way. I don't know them niggas. I ain't been that way. Wanna see a nigga win and win again? I'll demonstrate. It's Corleone. My dad was trapping back before the cordless phone. I'm my father's son. That's why I stood outside that corner store. These niggas been jealous since before I went to Cornerstone. That was back in middle school. They didn't think I had more in store. I've never seen a nigga him been jealous as shit. I don't care about his whip, about the bitches he gets. I'ma focus on my niggas and my pockets, that's it. Make sure my family get the profits from the work I put in. Cause I've been working OT, God been working on me. My life a movie, I can't let them close the curtains on me. They say talking sheep, but I ain't giving verses for free. I know my worth, I know my purpose. I was chosen to be king.
Yeah, let them know. You know our worth, you know our purpose. You ain't getting my verses for free, Negro. You ain't getting it for free. You know what I'm saying? And you could take your jealousy and your hate on the road. Keep it on the road, baby. I was actually going to switch the music up and I heard that. So I just wanted to, I got to pump the music. Father 3 on all digital platforms. A lot of hard work into that project. So make sure you stream that, download it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm about to get back to my normal vibe. It's just, it's Saturday night. I'm a little pumped. Had a really good week business-wise. Shout out to the Most High. Thank you, God. I'm so blessed. I can't even deny it. All right.
I can't deny it.
Hey.
You know what? With me.
You know? That's it. I feel like
yes.
That. Oh, okay, Hotep.
Oh, shoot, Hotep said hey.
That's right. Yeah, I want to talk about this moon.
Okay.
Let me just bring that up real quick. I have just an article. This is actually, it's the Trip Shape magazine. They have pretty good astrology tidbits. But we had a new moon and it passed through yesterday and today, the 3rd and the 4th. I'm just going to read what it says. December 2021's new moon and solar eclipse will challenge you to fully embrace a new reality. Okay, I'm going to actually share the article. Okay, how's that looking?
It looks good.
You can see it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
If the intensity of the moment has you feeling restless, overwhelmed, or thoroughly electrified and eager to step into the future, you're simply feeling the eclipse season vibes. With last month's lunar eclipse and full moon in Taurus behind us, this moon hosts a doozy of a Sagittarius new moon. Shout out to my Sagittarius also. Yeah, bringing that fire. Not only is it the last new moon of 2021, but it'll also occur at the same time as the final solar eclipse of the year and the last eclipse in a series occurring on the Sagittarius Gemini axis that began back in June of 2020. As a result, you could be feeling on an air of finality. Okay. Ruled by Jupiter, the planet of abundance and excess, this lunar event hosted by the Archer, the Sagittarian, and occurring on December 3rd and through 4th at 2:42 a.m. Eastern to 11:42 Pacific, magnifies your ability to embrace and speak your truth while amplifying nervous energy and promoting a hardworking, rational point of view. Okay, here are all the details on how you can best navigate December 2021's Sagittarius new moon and solar eclipse. So if any of y'all are feeling this type of energy, this is why astrologically the planets are pulling you in certain directions emotionally. This is long, so I'm really going to just put the link. I'm going to put the link, but let me just see if there's any highlights. The power of solar eclipses. Okay. So basically just tells us that a new moon and solar eclipse, the opposite of a full moon, a new moon occurs when the moon is not illuminated by the sun from our perspective on Earth, meaning it's not visible to us at all. And that dark blank sky can function almost like a vision board on which you can envision and pin your hopes, dreams, and goals. And I do believe that. I never will forget that I was an interview with Angelina Jolie, the actress, and she told this story about how when she was a little girl, she used to gaze at the moon, and she would be laying in the bed, at night, and her view out of her bedroom window was that of the sky, a really great view of the sky, and she would wish on the moon. She said specifically the full moon, and I kind of looked up and did a little research, and yeah, the full moon is said to be a wishing specifically and especially. So with that being said, even though it's a dark sky, they're saying it's still like a vision board. So you have to be imaginative, but pinning your hopes and your dreams and being positive with that and having hope and faith. All of that plays a part of just, elevating, doing better, being great. So what else? It's a lot. I don't want to read all this. But I just want to say that, I'm into this. So I'm always going to be tapped in. I used to do more videos, but time doesn't allow so much. However, I'm still tapped in, and I want to make sure you guys are reminded of the fact that our inner world, as well as the astrological world, the cosmos, as well as, we have a lot of more control over our lives than what I would say the powers that be want us to believe and think. So with all of the distractions, the media, all of these big events and crises and situations going on that we pay attention to, such as the R. Kelly trial. Now we have Jussie Smollett and the Ghislaine, I think that's how they say it, Maxwell trials, and all these different things.
Yeah.
All of that takes us away from who we truly are a lot of times, especially taking a stance on such a thing as the R. Kelly, vocally and outwardly, as we do here on this channel. It can put a certain jacket on us to be a certain type of people because we're so gung-ho. Oh, you're abused. You're taking it out on the wrong person. There's a lot of things people say if they don't agree with us. So a lot of times the heaviness of that is not visible, but the energy of it is a thing. So I just want to make sure that we do take the time to exhale and let all of that stuff go. Because in reality, it don't have nothing to do with us. We go on our specific and individual journey. It is important that we contribute as a community and a collective, but at the end of the day, we got to sit with ourselves, and that's where it ends. Okay, let me find another highlight.
Well said. That is true.
Okay, let's see. So the takeaway from this lunar event and the ones that preceded it in the 2020-2021 Gemini Sag series have likely inspired and at times compelled you to speak out and express your truth while navigating quite a few chaotic twists and turns. Eclipses can shake you to your core and throw wild wrenches in even the most meticulously constructed plans. The events that transpire around this time could force you to reimagine your course, a proposition that pretty much always is perceived as terrifying. But if change is inevitable, there's really no sign better than Sagittarius to lead the charge. So this is a great time for change. If there's something going on, don't resist the change. If that's what it is, it's what it is. Go with the flow and let it take you where your next destination is going to be. It goes on, philosophical, pioneering, and life-loving, the audacious archer understands that without change, you're simply stuck. And that is a fate that's far worse than being thrust into a new adventure that asks nothing more of you than to adapt. So, and that's from Marissa Brown. She's a writer and astrologer. This is Shape Magazine. I'll copy the link into the body of this if you're listening and you want to read the whole thing, because there's a lot more in here. And I think they also will give you your actual signs, how it relates to this and whatnot. Any thoughts on that or what? I love it. Like, did you hear how exciting of a time it is? It's a time of change. And it also kind of said, and it's something else I was looking at, that you might be getting thrown like this. I think this article said a wrench into your perfect plan, quote unquote. But, so if something's going on in your life right now and shaking you up a little bit, just know that you're going to come out better on the other side of it. Don't fight it. Let it go. Just let it be. Roll with the punches, float with the surf with the waves. There you go. Okay, let me move on. Let's move on. So much is going on.
Yeah.
My life is pretty smooth sailing, I have to say. But I mean, unless it counts people around me who I end up, getting involved, they pull me into some stuff, or, they need help, I'll say, or something like that. But outside of that, I'm Gucci. So thankful. Yeah, so thankful. This platform, has been through, a lot these past, almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years, January, I think 8th or 9th. But yeah, I finally.
Lord God on his birthday. Lord have mercy.
I know, right? I didn't even know that at the time. It was just like a couple days after the series, the Surviving R. Kelly. I think her phone started ringing. It was like a few days after the docu-series, and then I just kind of said, you know what? Well, it was a whole thing. I don't want to get into that, but just to say that a lot has happened. A lot of ups and downs. A lot of shit has gone down. What's going on, Marcus? Marcus, I told y'all, Marcus. I knew you was gonna come in here. I was feeling your energy. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, this channel. So yeah, almost 3 years now. Been through a lot of changes, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of, this and that. It used to have kind of a hold on me where I felt compelled to post because it was drawing me to do so. Like, I guess also there was more activity as far as R. Kelly, and that was really the main focus of the channel. But I don't feel that same, I guess, pull, which is freedom for me. So I'm celebrating that. And
is that because justice was served?
I think so. I think it is because the trial ended. I feel a great relief. And maybe until the next trial or until something else, maybe even Don Russell's trial. That I think his trial is in next month, unless they put it off since. I'm not sure. But what's up, Queen? Yes. What is this? His 55th birthday is his third birthday in jail. Oh, wow. Welcome back. Okay, yeah, so I didn't realize. So when is his birthday? The 8th or the 9th?
Yeah, his birthday is the 8th. And the only reason how I remembered his raggedy birthday is because, remember, I asked about his baby doll house. What was the numbers for?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, not his raggedy birthday.
Yeah, I call it his raggedy birthday because he's raggedy, he's stankety, and all of that in one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all of that. Oh my God, people just don't like that. A lot of people just don't like that, y'all. But we love it. Okay, so But yeah, I was saying that the channel, yeah, I used to have a hold on me. I used to want to, like, every little article or thing, I was on it, and I pay attention, but some urgency. So I feel free now. I feel like I have my footing, I guess you could say. So I don't know. I just want to say, I don't even pay attention to the analytics anymore, honestly. I used to look at the analytics like every least once a week. But yeah, I think it has been the trial. The trial wrapped, with a conviction, no less. Oh my God, that was just a great relief. I'm disappointed in the YouTubers and how they responded, the supporters, because I really was waiting and anticipating. Maybe I was giving them too much credit, but some type of come to Jesus moment, or some type of realization that, you know what, who was it? It was somebody over there who's on. He doesn't have a channel, but Dom K. He's very vocal over there on Sylvia's channel, and he was what I was looking for with all of them. I guess I was expecting too much. Y'all with me?
Yes, I'm right here. I was fixing my little refill. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
stretching, so I'm here.
Uh, and Miss Baby Yoda, you are making a world tour because everywhere I go, I see Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda. Even in my family's home, they got you in the kitchen. They got you everywhere. You are everywhere.
I know. I got
Tour.
so mine moves. So the chick gave a friend of mine sent me the picture that I have used up for my YouTube. It actually moves,
Okay.
makes sound, put his
Oh.
little hand up, doing the force. I got socks, I got mugs. So everybody always just give me Yoda stuff. It's because it came from the Mandalorian on the Disney Channel. To see little baby Yoda is so adorable. And it's really ain't even really baby Yoda. His name is Grogu, but I still call it Baby Yoda. But going back to what God has said as far as she expected more. I don't think I
Mm-hmm.
ever seen it worse than it is now. So it's
Yeah.
not just support. It's like both sides. You have the supporters fighting each other, and then you got the non-supporters fighting each other, and it's terrible. I mean, to go you want people in jail, and it's terrible. I don't think that, and you're right, you people have lives outside of this.
Mm-hmm.
um like I said, and I kind of feel the same. They kind of feel the same way. Once the trial was over, hey, we found other topics to talk about. However, this won't die down.
Mm-hmm.
You actually want people in jail. um I'm just unbothered. It doesn't bother me because it's not my life.
Yeah.
And like she said, we got other topics. So you had all these other trials going on. It's um upcoming trials that is happening right now. And then again, she said the Don Russell trial. Then you
Yeah.
got the sentencing for him, or you still got the appeal. Um,
No. What
No
appeal?
appeal.
Is there an official appeal on the book somewhere? No.
well, isn't
No.
that's why Bill Cosby lawyer is taking over? And
Well,
I
as far
think
as
it.
I'm concerned, I don't even want to. I'm not even putting no energy in no appeal talks
Well,
because
I'm just saying what is that what's going on? What's the next
I know.
chapter of this?
I'm doing like
And
you. I don't care.
Come here, King.
um
Who
Come here.
cares? Who
and I
cares?
think it started with that. It started with the candid guy. That's where it all started because Sharon Wimbush took him. She broke it down.
Listen, shout out to Lady P for the Cash App. Oh, speaking of,
Oh, thank you.
I think Lady P, I'm sorry, I think that's what your moniker, your handle is. But I want to say also, I think this is the same person who sent me a link to the podcast. I think Shabazz, right? Yeah, Shabazz has a podcast, and he interviewed I still call them the fake sisters. I mean, you
Yep.
know, the fake sisters in the fake letters.
Yep. The
Said
he,
that
she,
they're
the
legit.
he,
So
she, wombat.
What fake letters?
the fake letter on the Choke channel. The letter
Yeah, I
page.
tell you. Yeah, he's writing. He got inmates writing. You know, they
Supposedly he confirmed the fake sisters as real on the letter in the letter. I heard that
Okay,
part.
but then Bruce said they weren't his sisters.
Correct. I don't know. All I'm saying is, so I didn't listen to the interview, all of it, but I did listen to enough to know it's something we need to listen to, because part of it, they were saying when they went to New York, they didn't know somebody else had already gone in as them. I was like, let me halt this and listen to my people, because this is too much. So thank you for sending that link, because I would have never found that or never looked for it either. I'm going to try to pull that up.
I want to say Greenberg and even Michael Avalani said that they were not sisters, and R. Kelly didn't know them, but he thought they were like supporters, and they followed him, you know, like diehard fans. But them she told on themselves in the lobby, in the entrance of the Cook County building, when the news reporter was asking them how did they get there, who are they, where did they come from. These dumb she's wombats said we sort of flew in. Well, if you claim you was around back then in the first trial and you felt so bad that he's allegedly illiterate, so dumb and stupid, you know, why were you sort of flying in the first trial? Why you
And
gotta
why
sort of
didn't you
fly
testify
in?
for him? Why didn't you be a
Exactly.
character witness for him?
If you was a child at the family reunion, allegedly, and you remember all of that, you was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, you should have had your black wombat self at that first trial. No. This trial and Fed charges. Now you want to come bring yourself in. The one lady couldn't even put her wig on good. She had she might as well had a feather. She had a damn bobby pin. She had a tech. You can see it. Her new growth nappy didn't put a hot on that. The big one with the drawn on eyebrows. And she had it like cocked to the side. You can see the net, the clips and everything, and the bobby pin. The bobby pin didn't match her hair or her complexion. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But anywho, we have a premiere. I summed all of those supporters and everybody up to one category, and it's gonna be a great surprise. We have a lot of information to give you guys tonight, updates and great
I'm like,
information.
what are you talking about? Well, what is it?
Well, they're all geriatrics. All R. Kelly people are delayed. They all got a problem, and they're all
Wait. What are we doing? Wait, what are we doing here? I don't
Them
want to
He sisters are retarded.
Huh?
Them she sisters are retarded. They have a problem.
You talking about the fake sisters?
Yeah, on
they're
another
retarded.
channel. Remember on another channel, they said the sisters asked Keith first of all, Nat Keith. But let me go back. Asked R. Kelly for $50,000 for protection, and then asked Keith to could pay their hotel bill for them.
Yep, sure did. Yep. And Shabazz, I think when Levi and him was going back and forth, Shabazz was saying about how he had already accommodated him, you know, for the interview or whatever heck he was doing. And they was asking for like extra funds and all this carrying on or whatever. Honey, if you see one of the beach whales, it wasn't gonna be enough fun.
So hold on. This is what I'm saying. Why would two individuals put themselves out there? Remember back in the beginning, it was Greenberg, them, and I believe what's his name?
Anton, Andy Garcia.
The guy that doesn't like Sylvia. What's the guy's name?
Which one?
Yes, a lot of people don't like him.
Dana J. So I
Yeah.
remember it was Dana J and the two sisters in the beginning when he first got
Yep.
locked up, and they interviewed him. And I remember Dana J said, "Oh, Kelly was like a mentor to him." And then I
Yeah.
remember the sister was just saying how lovable and everything that he is. And I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know he had sisters." And I remember that they were there in the beginning, and the very, very beginning. After that, you didn't hear him no more. But again, they had their opportunity to testify. You could have been a
Yeah.
character witness. You had 5 witnesses. They only had 45. So I mean, you look back now and say what you could have done. I think it's too late. You're not gonna
Yeah.
get. They're not gonna start that trial over again. And then
Yeah.
again, you got the Chicago trial, which is gonna
Mhm.
probably. I believe it's gonna probably be worse.
It is.
No, no, wait. No, want to know. Did you say beach whales?
Yes. Yes, I did. I mean, no.
You, she's something else. What's that disclaimer?
Yeah.
The opinions of the host or the co-hosts or any guests of this channel are not those of my own. So don't come
Yeah.
bringing me no smoke for nothing that
And
nobody else
stop
said here.
name calling. I could
Put out.
have been a small beach whale back in the day.
Nah,
Stop
Miss
name.
Della. No, Miss Della. Did you see Miss Della when you saw them talking when Dana J stepped in? They saw that new. Shout out to the cameraman at the Cook County. He got them a full in the light of day. That was a beach. That was a beach. That was a Wombat beach well. That's what that was. Miss Della, no. You got curves. You got sexiness. You got
Oh,
fineness. You a beautiful chocolate queen. Them things, hard body, boom, yeah, boom, built like a what they say, like a smoke detector battery or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand. They both look like they pull transmissions with their bare hands. That's how they look.
That's Miss Sylvia?
Oh yeah, that's dry hole, honey. That's dry
Work
hole.
it
She
out.
trying.
Go ahead, Sylvia. Work out. Is
she
that what
is
you
doing
like?
her. She's working out, child. She had on some little booty shorts one day. I was like, oh no.
Ugh.
She got to keep it up, man. Sylvia, if you're in the bushes, keep it up.
Yeah,
Don't just
definitely keep it up.
don't
She's
just do
actually
yeah,
inspiring
keep it
people. I
up.
saw people in her chat asking for her shake recipes. You know,
Yeah.
she said, "Put it away." Oh, if I could play this
Where
video.
she going? Steak recipes. That I see
Yes,
exactly why R.
her
Kelly
shake.
Jumper was hollering and screaming, cussed the staff out, and why Demetrius Smith was hollering and screaming. She got a shake recipe, all right. I'm gonna show y'all how to shake these niggas off fast. You just, you just go
What?
out and
I'm trying to pull up this other picture.
look.
Not of her. One of our
Hey,
other.
this how she do her workout, y'all. I ain't fat. I ain't on no diet, but she be like,
She's moving though. She's moving. Oh man, I'm gonna stall her out.
and then she just be
That's
like,
that's a beautiful spirit. That's what I'm gonna call her Miss Kim for that. Okay. Where is that picture? Oh, here's one. This is not the one I was looking for, but this is part of it. Y'all know who this
oh,
is, right?
I just learned who it was today, but I got something to say about that, baby.
That is Wimbush counting the big bucks.
Now
Damn.
we're gonna analyze this woman since she don't show her face, but she did a video, this is a screenshot, spreading out this money over her hair, as you can see. And let's look at it. First of all, look at this picture. The way she talks, her mouth, and what I'm seeing right here does not match up.
Nope.
First of all, I see a Caucasian woman based on what I see in this picture.
Yeah.
And I also see gray hair, which tells me she is aged, aged cheese. And I don't know why she's laying on her back, showing with her hair brought in the back of her like that, or what's going on. We had some theories.
Yeah.
Yeah, older with gray hair, exactly. And she's got to be, obviously, if she was working with R. Kelly back in the 90s when he was in his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And she was already a quote unquote supposed nutritionist. So that means she was already doing in her profession. She could have been anywhere from mid 20s to her 30s and up at that time. So who knows how the hell old she is today? If this is her.
Yeah.
We gotta look at this lady. She could be biracial, queen. You are correct. She does. Her voice does say that she might, be black or at least been raised around black folks.
I just want to ask the public opinion. I think it's Amazon fake money. Also, she looks like she's got her hair. I think it's some kind of ritual symbolism. Whoever this alleged witch is, she's laying on a piece of paper towel. That looks like a paper towel underneath her head on her hair. I just want to know, do anybody else see what I see? It looks like a paper towel. It looks like play money, but I think she's symbolizing something because where I got that from, but I said it was a ritual for like prosperity. They allegedly, the Kardashians showers with money, or they put it in their hair, they sleep with it, so they can get more, so they can, that's allegedly the symbolism.
Well, there are a lot of money rituals, and to attract money, they say you're supposed to love on it and like let it, like that showering that you're talking about, that's part of probably a ritual of some sort. People do that, definitely. Yeah. I could see the Kardashians doing that. The mom had a whole candle situation. Yeah. Money attracting candles. She was promoting back in like the 80s.
So, she sure was. People act like they missed that. I just want to know, where's the paper towel? Now them hands look like the same hands, but minus the nails. She got nails on right here. Those look like the same gout hand,
Not gout hand.
That was counting the money by the boat or the water, wherever she was, with the seagulls and the flowers and the pot of the soil. Smoking the cigarettes she probably got a mustache too as well. I came to the conclusion that a lot of R. Kelly supporters are supposed to be in adult daycare.
Oh, adult daycare.
I believe that's where they're supposed to be. They done ran away. We got the search team recruiting them all and bringing them back to the facility.
So Amazon has fake money?
Yes, ma'am. I got it right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Wait, let me take this down.
I got a visual board. This is the illusion. The motivation. Money, honey. I see it every day. Yes.
Okay.
See the orange mark and the feather? Look at her money. The blue stripe. The wording.
Yes. Oh, wait. That's the same money she had, look like. Wait, hold on.
Can you see it? Am I too close?
Oh, my God.
That's the same money, girl. She got fake. So she's been showing off fake money.
Yeah.
Yep. What was going on with her? What does she have in her tea this day?
Wait a minute. Go back to Kim's picture again.
Wait, hold up. I heard somebody said that she had elephantitis. They said her hands, they just look swollen to me. Okay, let me see. Let's see, Kim.
Can you see it?
Can you move up a little bit more?
I see the stripe. I see the orange stamp. I mean, I have some bills, and I could get up my.
I sent you a picture. I think I texted. Did I text you the picture?
Yours says play money.
Where does it say that?
Right there on it. Right there. See, it says play money.
Oh, at the top.
Yes. On the other side, Kim, it says play money.
Oh, I see that. Okay, let's
go back to hers. Hers don't say play money.
Damn, show was close.
Hers does not say play money.
But she got her hand over that side. We don't know what it says.
She does.
Look at it.
And she can manipulate that. I mean, this was a part of this was a video screenshot. So this was a video. Mm-hmm. So you could go back to the video and look. But you said these people are, do you think she's losing her mind, her elderly mind?
And I think a lot of them have. Mm-hmm. If they was around R. Kelly, especially if she's been around, well, I know whoever this Sharon Winbush is, whoever this mysterious woman is, we know for sure she's been in the presence of Drea. We know, I think she was maybe another handler or a worker in the home. They want to put everything off on Drea. I mean, I think Drea was like she was just another person that was working for R. Kelly that wanted to, screw him or whatever. But anyway, if they did work for
Jussie.
him back in the day, I can see why they done got gray hair and losing their mind and went dumb plumb crazy. Because I talked to my family 2 days ago, and a particular person that became a runner and handler for R. Kelly is just like these YouTubers, diehard fans, saying that he's innocent, he's gonna get an appeal, and he's gonna get out. If people could just see it from his point of view and understand what he's into, they can be open-minded and reach down in their spirit. It'll be all right. He really didn't do that much, like, and they're
Then
gonna be in the
he should
Chicago
have took the
trial.
stand. Then
Oh
he
yeah,
should have took the stand.
she's out on bail. She's going to the Chicago trial, and everything is still wired and tapped because the
No, no,
authorities have talked
no.
to
I'm
my
talking
family
about
again.
he should have taken the
Oh,
stand. If he got all of this to say, somebody writing stuff from him,
mm-hmm.
um,
But you know what? This man, I mean, he's not a man. This monster, he has not said a word about nobody. He has not went against none of the people that even turned on him, even though that he still was in the wrong and they were in the wrong for hanging around. But he has not. That's odd to me. And nobody knows where Joycelyn is at.
JC is asking, have we not seen her face? She has not shown her face. On Tasha K, she didn't show her face. She
no,
didn't
and
show her
on that
face
choke channel,
not on Court TV either.
and on
No.
choke channel, she didn't show her face.
Oh yeah,
either.
Choke who says, "Oh, you can't show your face. You can't come on my panel."
And
He
that's
didn't let her come on without showing her face.
and that little old picture, from what I've been seeing and gathering, people are saying that particular woman that she keeps sending everybody about, she was on some talk show host or something. They said that woman is deceased. That's not who she's saying that she is. And so we don't know who she is really, where she came from.
Well, the
I
word
just
is
know
that
her
he
voice.
fired her for not because she didn't show up. She wanted to do it by phone, like the
Mm.
nutrition stuff. That's what some other YouTuber had said. I don't know if that's true. But speaking of those YouTubers, yeah, I know she's all over the unit. That mouth of hers is all over the internet. She was on Judge Joe Brown channel,
Mm.
on the phone with them, running them down. I mean, that girl, the host was like, can we move on?
Who, Wimbush?
Yeah.
Well, you know
The
what?
one that couldn't teach Drea how to get them pancakes right. Drea ought to be kicking her ass because she
You
took a
talking
lot
about?
of.
There's an old picture of her, JC. That might be what you're talking about, and we don't know if that is really this lady. Is what the point is.
That's what we're saying. We don't know if
That
that's
picture
her.
is old. All the pictures are old.
They look like they're from like the maybe 70s or the 80s, but
Yeah.
she's a strong supporter.
Is she?
That's
what
you gotta be.
That's what we're gonna do tonight too. Listen, we're gonna give these people a grade. We're gonna grade these YouTubers because they have been doing this for almost 3 years. We need to see what their progress has been. What's their progress on the work they've been doing for this R. Kelly thing? And we're gonna look at it from the perspective of two different perspectives. R. Kelly's perspective. So how would R. Kelly grade this person for representing them the way they have for the past however long? And then there's the perspective of the normal society of massive, of like how on the crazy scale, how are we voting these people? But first of all, we got to get a compilation of who we're talking about here.
Okay, I can only speak for what I know. But what I'm so if I have to take Wimbush,
okay.
What grades are? Hold on, let me look at this. Let me blow this up.
So we got Wimbush, we got Sylvia for sure. We got Choke now. Dana J. Who else? DJ Tyson.
Oh, Houston.
Dubowski. Yeah, Houston.
We
Uh,
can't forget cattle presser. Press, 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 press,
oh, of
press.
course. Pieces of the puzzle.
Oh my God, it was terrible the way Choke called her bitches and everything. A bum bitch. Oh, it was horrible.
He went on there
Oh
like that.
He was mad.
He got. Let me put Texas Black Diamond in here since she got put in the indictment. I mean, she got brought
Yes.
up in court. If you get brought up in court or you are listed in an indictment, you are on the dean's list for that alone. You are getting a very high score from R. Kelly, or maybe not from R. Kelly, but from us, because there's a clout chasing category with this situation. How far are these people going to make a name for themselves, to ring names in these YouTube streets, to ring bells, excuse me, for their name to ring a bell in these YouTube streets? How far do they go? We have had, I mean, so much. I don't know how many restraining orders and child protective services have been called on many different occasions. We've had a murder for hire plot, for God's sake. We have had, not we, I will say the R. Kelly sector. I mean, what? People have pulled up on each other. We've had guns flashed and drive-bys.
And that's unnecessary. It ain't that serious.
People have driven miles and miles to press charges.
But what I'm saying is, how is that helping R. Kelly?
That's that's what we're going to grade them on. We're going to grade them on how they've been helpful to R. Kelly.
Okay.
A through F. This is a literal report card. Like she said, she calls these people geriatric. So maybe they're in the geriatric daycare. We got to send notes home to the people, the guardian, so we can let them know their progress and what in the heck they've been going on. Sharon Wimbush. Oh yeah, can't forget Spit and Fire.
Well, yes,
I give Sharon. Forget Spit and Fire when she just had a fit because Sylvia didn't stand up for her with Choke.
So wait a minute, is the Spit and Fire lady? Is she at war with Choke as well?
Oh yeah, I don't know about war, but I think she's been banned from his channel. She might be one of those. He's blocked a lot of them. Oh yeah, Sky Zone. You're right, Andrew. Oh yeah, that's right. Cars have been blown up. We've had 2 men arrested and charged and with guilty pleas. Right, both of these men. Michael Williams. And have we talked about the fact that he got 8 years? Did we talk about that over here? I don't know if we did.
No.
Michael Williams, the guy who was charged and pled guilty for the car blow, what was that called? Arson? I think it was obstruction or something to that effect. He got 8 years. He got sentenced 8 years for that. And I read somebody posted today that he is appealing. He is trying to get an appeal on that.
How you gonna get an appeal? He did it. Regardless, this is what I'm saying. You know, when and I don't know nobody's background, but you know, when they say maybe you never done anything before in your life, and then when you do a criminal, you get caught. The thing of you ride through the toll booth with your car with no tag in the beginning, then you put the tag back on your way back out. They search, you see your Google account pulling up that child's address. Really? That's like Chris Watts. He murdered that wife and them 2 babies with a pregnant woman on a Monday and was caught by Wednesday. Jesus. Where you going to appeal at? You had so it all goes back down to, and I may be jumping off subject. It goes back down to, why did he do this? Did R. Kelly tell him to do this? R. Kelly had nothing. What would make that man do that? So there's other factors in that too. So it's like every time something happens, it's like, you know, they blame him. Now, and I'm gonna go back to Daryl Johnson. Even though Daryl Johnson is a goddamn con artist, whenever they bring up his name, they'll say R. Kelly's ex-crisis manager. I'm pretty sure, and I'm just gonna take this. I'm pretty sure that R. Kelly did not know that man was a thief like that. Terrible. Took that old lady's that lady over $1 million something. Just a thief. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, it's all good. I was still writing names down. I didn't realize how many of these motherfuckers is out there. Oh my God, so many of these YouTubers. Some of these people I don't know. Like, I don't know Cherish Love. I think I've seen her on Twitter. I didn't know she had a YouTube. Okay, so here's what. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi.
It's okay. It's okay. I had a phone call. The volume went mute. Yeah, I think we just go keep notes. I think we should pick a top 5, and then that's it. If you making an indictment, y'all are superstars.
Yeah, we could pick a top. I'm gonna go through the list though.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this picture. So he sent me a picture on Twitter.
Guess what I found? We can even keep up little diary for these people. And it says hero training ever after high. We know they be high, y'all. And it says a do-over diary. We gonna get them, we gonna do them over. Do-over.
What?
It says hero training ever after high. We know that his supposed to be high. And it said that they need hero, they need saving, they need training. So we keep updates with them in this little book.
Okay. Gotcha.
I didn't know I had it. I didn't know I had it.
Your YouTube volume down. I think I hear an echo.
Okay.
I remember when Kim first came on your channel. I remember you brought her up, and I remember it was 3 years ago.
Yes, yes.
She's the OG, baby.
Yeah, I listened back. I used to call in. I used to be so nervous calling in.
When we met in person in Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, I met her. I met Goddess Dawn was a beautiful, beautiful moment. Like, she's beautiful inside out. Her heart and spirit shines. You guys, it's like a humbling moment. And when I tell you her gift is real, I'm gonna say it again. She didn't know me, like Miss Boom Boom say, from a can of paint. And she felt my loved ones. I've learned and even more tapped in, and my spiritual gift is also advanced as well. And I've learned a lot from her. But that's another day, another topic discussion.
Yeah, that's true. I just want to
say
you're absolutely right. But you forgot one part. She got a strong ass personality.
Yes, she does.
Yeah,
she sure does.
She's very she has her own mind. She's a queen. She's a warrior, and that's what we warriors do. And it is a humbling moment and a blessing to have you guys that's been with us since day one, and also Miss Della. Like, I've developed a good, close social media relationship with you beautiful people, and y'all have not switched it up yet. And I think that's real, and that's appreciated and greatly needed.
I forgot about. Thank you. You're absolutely right. I forgot about that Sin guy. Will you just put that up? Yeah, you're right. He's gone. He's been missing for a while.
Ever since that trial, probably. He was one of the smart ones that went away. I think that's you, Miss Kim, with that echo. Somebody said it in the chat too.
Okay. Well, I'll mute my mic. That little sinful dude is a little.
Oh, sinful.
I think he a little.
That man hated. I used to laugh. That man hated DJ Tyson. That shit was funny. Who used to get mad? And I miss the days of just listening while I'm cleaning or doing something. I can always just sit and laugh. That man, was just probably just sweating. Oh my God, he asking for cash app. It's ridiculous. And I used to laugh.
Okay, let's go through this list that I have.
Okay.
We'll see who we gonna start. We gonna grade. We might have to put them in different classrooms. They might have to have two separate. You know what I'm saying? So I have Sharon Winbush.
I'll take Sharon Winbush.
Dr. Rice, Sylvia, one Papoose. I'm just running through the list.
Okay.
Choke, Dana J, DJ, Debowski, one Papoose, Pieces of the Puzzle, Texas Black Diamond,
Levi,
Spit and Fire. Oh yeah, forgot about him. Dr. Rogers, which I don't know if she's still reporting on him. If she on there, we might as well put Phases on there. Just to put her on. Just Jazz, Malicious Conspiracy, which I didn't know they had an actual channel, but I guess they do. Cherish Love, who I don't know of. Non-lawyer, who is a non-factor. Sinful P, Levi, and Phases is what I have. Tracy's Point. There you go. Okay. She and I had issues. JC, I remember Spicy, talking about Spicy. Yeah, I think she got off the R. Kelly thing.
I remember
she got so dragged and embarrassed on this in the sector back when what's his name? Blockbender. He aired her out, put her out there. She was doing some stuff behind the scenes. I guess he don't do no more, huh? He shouldn't be on the list then. Trent dropped out. Okay, so who out of this list we gonna focus on first? We'll come back Wednesday with their grades. I'm still echoing, baby. I don't know what. Check your volume on your YouTube channel if your YouTube channel is also up, because that's what it sounds like. Okay, so
that's
what we're doing is we're basically judging. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to give them an overall grade for what they've done up to this point. And then from here, we're going to judge them on a weekly basis, and we're going to give them quarterly report cards at the end of the quarter, or, you know, we'll make up our own quarter time. But anyway,
I'll take Winbush and guys in the chat.
We all going to judge. We're going to pick. No, we're all going to pick like a handful, and we're all going to. We're gonna give them a grade. We're gonna give them a final grade.
People I don't know.
We're not gonna pick ones we don't know. That's the point.
No, I'm talking about some of these people I don't know.
I know, and we're gonna pick the ones that I think you will know.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say is that we're gonna give we're each gonna grade them, and the chat is gonna grade them. We're gonna give We're gonna give them a combined grade from everybody, like an average.
Okay.
We're going to give them an average, and we're going to see how these people stack up. And we're going to, and some of these people, they might have to get voted off these YouTube streets. I think that if they're not up to par enough, they need to be shunned from the sector. I think that's what it is, what I'm trying to say. We got to get some of these people out of here. It's too much. All right. So Sharon Winbush must be in, because you keep saying I'm going to take her. So she's in the, we're going to grade her. I'm definitely, Sylvia's in there. Okay. We got to do Choke because he's the new kid on the block who's taking over, right? Okay. So that's 3. Who else now? We're going to, a couple more we could do. How many? It's like a classroom. She called it a grant. She called it, what did you call it? A geriatric daycare?
Yeah, adult daycare. You know, they send the cat bus to come pick up the clients. Yeah, and bring them to the adult daycare. They got a day room. Yeah, they got an activity room, yoga, all that.
For this particular one, we will give progress reports.
Yeah,
because you might not be able to come back. You keep acting up. Yeah, Nick at night. I don't think she comes. As a matter of fact, we're gonna make Tasha K the principal.
Yeah, Tasha K is the principal. I'm writing that whole down.
Okay, Ronnie said Sylvia, Dana J, Winbush, Texas Black Diamond. Okay, Texas Black Diamond.
Yeah, because she all up in that indictment. She done gave up. She done did a plea deal. She done gave up the other YouTuber's name to shave off a little YouTube time.
Okay. JC says she ain't been paying enough mind. Okay. I have some funny clips and things I would love to play, but I just didn't prepare enough to have the timestamps together. But I'm
Okay,
telling you, these YouTube streets have been hilarious these past few days.
so this is like a rough draft. We got Tasha K Principal, aka Principal. Oh, the transporter, y'all. We need transportation, the cat bus driver. But we got the principal. And what did Andrew say? Tasha K, Dana J, Texas, and who else? It's just a rough draft. I mean, we'll have official. Okay.
That
I'll go back.
crazy.
Okay.
Find the source of it. You can do it. Okay. Wait, hold on. Where is that one where he said he had a whole list? Was it Andrew that had the list? Oh shoot. All right. Well, I can't find it now, but I think somebody said so Sharon Wimbush, Infamous Sylvia, Choke No Joke, Texas Black Diamond, Spitting Fire, Dana J, DJ Dubowski. Any of those? Those are like the main pieces of the puzzle. We'll do her. Dubowski. Okay, Queen. So who y'all listen to? That's what I'm trying to get. Who do y'all really actually listen to that you could give a report on?
I listen to Wimbush.
I'm seeing Debo quite a bit. JC said, like professional groupie, she follows the men's. Okay, we lost Beautiful Spirit. Hopefully she's coming back. Okay. I did wonder what the celebration was last week because of Levi. First, heard he was exposed. First, I heard he was exposed was tonight. Oh, he got exposed. Oh, yeah, he got exposed. I don't know what celebration was happening. I have no idea.
What kind of exposed?
Levi not being his cousin, as he's been saying for 3 years now.
Okay.
I don't think he goes live enough to be getting the progress report. Oh, Ronnie, yeah, that was you. Let me look.
And this is what I'm saying. What and what person would do all of this?
All of what?
Just go on, fabricate a story. I'm this man's cousin.
Oh,
all these years.
I mean, if anybody's been paying attention to this sector, we know that he has been one of the main names behind the defense fund, right? And we also know that he's probably been getting money, and he said it out of his own mouth, from a lot of R. Kelly's fans overseas, especially. So I think it's a money game. I think he's just somebody who saw an opportunity. I mean, that's all I can think of as far as that.
Okay.
Like, kind of like, I know enough to kind of get away with it type of thing. Now, I don't know if you guys saw him when he was on Choke No Joke and he actually showed his face. Now, everybody was saying that he was in a wheelchair. Now, I don't know if that's the case, and it doesn't make or break
a wheelchair.
Him. Yeah. And that, you know how when he first came and he always had a picture of him sideways, or he would be sitting sideways in the dark in the kitchen? Well, people were saying that I know, I was thinking the same thing. Didn't he used to ride a bike all the time? But anyway, just all that just to say, we don't really know what's going on with a lot of these people behind the scenes. But I do know you're going to come showing your face and putting all this personality, and especially the ones that be out here threatening women, especially, and be acting all crazy. Some of these people have been in handcuffs behind this. You better come with it, meaning come with something of substance. You come in saying you supporting this man. What have you done to actually help him? Now, with that being said, the first person on that list that we said comes to mind to me is Dubowski. being that he always, wants to say he has been doing the rallies. He's been super vocal with his support. He was the one who ended up in handcuffs. So we could say that he actually has gone to jail behind the cause, even though it wasn't behind R. Kelly. But if it wasn't for the R. Kelly situation, that situation that happened would have never happened. It was around the situation and the stuff that happened. The people, the girl who had him arrested met him at a rally, or, and physically at a rally. So anyway, so Dubosky has put in a lot of work. So Dubosky's he gets an A for putting in the work.
I agree.
Hands on, boots on the ground.
I agree.
Okay, let me see what's going on with Beautiful Spirit. She's supposed to be in on this whole thing now. Let me text her real quick. Who else has been pretty hands-on and what are we gonna do with infamous Sylvia having quit her job behind this movement, if you want to call it that?
So I can't answer for her.
She got to get it. Where are we putting her on the scale?
Let's save her for last, and let's get something from the chat.
Okay.
Because quitting your job and all of this, that's I don't understand any of that.
James, you want to come? Of course you could come in. Let me I am not in the actual YouTube what is it, app or whatever to pin the link, but I will post it again in the chat. Please come in, James. People, you got a whole fan base. I got some messages about you. Okay, come on in. We want to hear what you got to say about Levi and whatever else. Queen says Sylvia thinks that's her man. She doesn't show receipts, emails. Oh, I saw that. Actually, before coming live, she was showing emails, proof that R. Kelly basically said he don't know Dana. She said she was showing emails from him saying, I've met him a couple times, but that's about it, basically. So I would say that pieces of the puzzle she high grade for her boots too. I don't think she working either. She's back. Yes. And then we also have J Peeps. Let me take this record card down. All right, people.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna be here too long. I just wanted to say, when you guys were talking about Levi, I will admit at first he did sound like the most sensible one, and still kind of has always done that. But can you imagine this whole time we've been talking to a crazed fanatic in a wheelchair using his money from overseas? I mean, I'm not saying that's true or not, but with everything in this, you never know. And then sorry, I've had some edibles. So and Sharon Winbush, that could just be some crazy woman that we've been talking to this whole time and getting them. I don't know if they are or not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
you could be on to something. I absolutely agree. We don't know who we're dealing with. I was saying that earlier.
It's that is just the creepiest thing. That it's these people could be people the sisters. Don't know. Who knows?
Exactly. And that's why I think I call it the fake letter, the 100-page plus letter, because it's a dangerous thing to put out information that you're trying to confirm people's identities and disconfirm or, discredit others, because he's trying to say that these sisters are legit. When in actuality, I don't believe they are. I think that they might be benefiting R. Kelly, and maybe that's the narrative he wants to spin. But I think Bruce don't have no reason to lie. And
look,
I think he
goddess, of all the things on R. Kelly's mind right now, I really don't think clarifying who his half sisters are is on that list at this point.
You're right about that.
I just kind of think that that's not really, if there's a message he wants to get out, I don't know if that's something he would include. You know,
I don't know. I kind of feel like it might be important to him because if people are out there trying to discredit these women, it could play a part when he is wanting to use them for different things as a family member, because there's a certain privileges family, or you can have certain privileges with family that you can't have outside of family. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, beautiful spirit chat.
Girl, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yo, I think you on mute, Kim. I think you on mute.
I don't hear.
We still can't hear you. Oh, Andrew said his real name is Gregory Stubbs, child. I think you're still on mute, babe.
What? Oh my
Check
God.
your mic. Gregory Stubbs. I think I've heard somebody mention it before, another YouTuber. But yeah, I think that's the one. I think you're right, Andrew. Well, he's exposed.
Wait, who's Gregory Stubbs?
Oh, he's saying that's Levi's actual name, his government.
How do people find this stuff? How are they finding this stuff?
Well, I think I heard DJ Tyson the guy had done something online trying to get information on, I think it was DJ Tyson, and in doing so, he then exposed his true identity, because I think he got exposed due to paying the payment that he made, or something had happened. I don't remember the details, but I do remember this name being put out there. And even JC, I don't know if you're confirming it or you're just, putting it out there for the giggles, but yeah. Oh, Tasha,
guys, I feel what we're not appreciating right now in this moment. We are watching a real life Tiger King like unfold before our eyes. Like, this is the craziest. Like, you can't write this stuff.
I am ashamed to not know. Well, not ashamed, but I was just talking to my son about Tiger King, and because I have not watched not one. I don't even know what. I just know I've seen the guy's face. That's about it. So I don't know what the similarities or what the.
So that's gonna be your homework.
A ghetto hot mess.
A ghetto
trailer trash.
Okay.
Oh, that's my homework now.
That's your homework to watch it, because it was actually pretty good. And I'm not going to talk about, I never forget the one part of the Tiger King when I think this guy left Walmart to come work in there. He was like, this is the worst job of my life. I never forget that part. But you're right. He's right. It is a hot mess. It was wild.
I mean, it's interesting how a lot of the YouTubers are saying they're going to write a book, they're going to make a documentary, they're going to do this. And honestly, each one of us could definitely write or create something based on our own experience with this whole situation. It is definitely something you can't even begin to try to explain to somebody who doesn't know. You just really can't. It's definitely a circus, Ronnie.
Everybody else got books out.
It's also something that you don't really want people to know, because I was in a conversation, someone was saying something about the case. And I was like, well, no, it's this and this. And they were like, why do you know that? And I was like, oh my God, why do I know that?
So you didn't tell them you go on YouTube and,
I haven't come out of the closet. I've come out of the closet about a lot of things. That's not one of them.
Oh, that is so funny. I know most of my people don't know about this. And if they do, it's more so for what I do on Sundays, my little inspiration other than this. The one conversation I did have, we went back and forth. She's like, you need to get a new hobby. Like, she was like, that's just.
My family can care less. They're done with it.
Hey, Andrew. Andrew has joined the Queen's Quarters tonight.
Hey, Andrew.
Okay, Ronnie, you got homework too then. So basically what we have so far on our list, boots on the ground, we got Dabowski, pieces of the puzzle. Diamond did get put, she got put out there in court because of her Don Russell interview, and she's been heavily involved. DJ was in the indictment. So was Dr. Rice. A lot of these people are
Yeah.
definitely, you know,
Well,
too
see, okay,
involved.
I need an answer. I want to answer to that. What happened with that whole thing? Because I'm in full disclosure, he's actually how I got into this rabbit hole because I think I was watching the interview and he kind of popped up, and then that led me down the rabbit hole, whatever. And then he like just disappeared, and I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah, well, I think that's why well, he kind of did disappear before that, I think, but it was when he knew he was. See, we didn't find out until much later, obviously, because it was already in the indictment. When, well, it wasn't his name; it was what, individual number something. And everybody, we pretty much knew it was him. But I think that's when he dipped out, when he knew the feds was on him, and he might be possibly, get called in for this and to, involved more than he wants to be. That's when he kind of got quiet. He's come back every here and there with, but I
Goddess,
don't
I
know.
just have a goddess. I have a headache. Do these people not see the irony in the fact that this man, who they don't even know and have not even met, got them out there catching cases, but they don't believe that he can manipulate teenage girls into having sex with
That makes sense.
I am
It's
laughing at
called
Eddie Miller.
denial.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's it's delusion, it's denial. I mean, look, I'm definitely not out here blowing a horn, telling everybody I'm doing this R. Kelly stuff on YouTube. But
Yeah.
to be, I don't even know how to say it. I don't know, this
To
close to
think
it.
that somebody is 100% innocent and that every last person is lying. Come on now. He has to
Mhm.
take some type of accountability. He it
Yeah.
just it so you cannot just say, oh my God, they're lying. So as soon as somebody speak up
So,
on something, they lying. Or you knew what you was getting yourself into. This is the life of a rock and roll or R&B. So that's not the life of a R. That's not, is that your life? To go around recruiting,
look,
effing everybody, giving people diseases, beat. I mean, is that's not the life that somebody signed. No one goes into a relationship to be an abused. You go into a relationship to be happy, and God knows if you go in a relationship with a superstar, yes, your life is going to change. But again, no one goes into a relationship to be abused.
uh, yeah, that's true.
Very
But
true.
here's what I said this last week. We're beyond accountability now. He's in jail. He's being held accountable. But I think we're at the point as far as the followers, if or supporters rather, he could come on tape and say I did it, and they would say they done made him do it. He tried to get less years. Like there's nothing that can be done to make any of them believe what what is out
I
there.
think
So
for me, I think the worst part, or when I say a hardcore denial, it was those two white assistants that worked for him. And when the whatever the Fed showed one of them the tape of him and Rashonda Landfill, she said, "Oh yeah, that was her." However, to me it looked like two consenting adults having sex. So you're telling me a 14-year-old and a 30, probably almost 40 years old, then having sex with a 14-year-old, that's consensual? I was done. That means something's wrong with you. Something that's wrong.
somebody said she
Yeah.
looked like she was in. Somebody said she looked like she was enjoying it. So what's the problem? That's what.
She, I
I saw
mean,
the
this.
tape. It looked like a scared young lady. God,
Yeah.
I get upset every time I think about that. She looked scared.
Yeah.
Um, he coached her.
Yeah.
Um, she was terrified.
Yeah.
A 14-year-old should not it shouldn't even be. Oh my God. Why are we talking about this? Nobody should be penetrated from the front and the back of that, and
That's
you
from
can see
James.
into her face.
Yeah.
And
And you
then
know what,
you
Miss
turn
Della
around and
is.
pee in her mouth.
Yeah. And Miss Della, you correct because it all goes back. Even now that we know about Tiffany Hawkins and her testimony and her deposition, they always pre-drugged the young girls, and they were scared. And he did beat some of them because he made that with the 12 tapes because they had to. all over the house. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, and they call it a hot, steamy sex tape. How a grown man doing these disgusting, derogatory things to a child is a hot, steamy sex tape. Like
Triple
Oh my
X.
God, that's
That
so
exactly.
disgusting.
No
I mean,
one.
they were yelling that when they first flew down in Brooklyn. When did they first rally in Brooklyn? That's what they were yelling on the bullhorn. When the skateboarder young kid approached one of Dubowski. He was number one. They said it. I saw the hot steamy sex tape. I'm like, how's that hot and steamy? How's that hot and steamy? And how's that an enjoyable sex tape with a grown man doing this to a child? And I believe that she probably was. We don't know. Allegedly, she was probably 13 when the tape came out.
So, but hold
He
on
met
for a
her at
second.
12
Hold on
years
for a second.
old.
Hold on for a second. Goddess, do you remember I sent you a video last week? It was Michael Avenatti, and I gave you the timestamp in that email. This is not that tape. This is another tape. The tape that and I gave you the timestamp from that tape. We didn't do this. This is not us saying this is what this man did. This is us hearing evidence.
Look, can I say something? I feel like they are doing everything they can to just deny accountability. I remember, I'm not going to say names, but like it was like a day or two after the verdict, one blogger was crying. Everything said, "I've been looking at people to blame. I've been blaming myself and blah." I'm like, how about you blame Mark Kelly?
Right.
Right. But
Like,
you know what, James?
he's the one you kind of want to blame for this, right? Like,
They make excuses because, like I was saying, my family member, which was a former best friend that eventually became a handler for him, she's making excuses and they don't find no fault. I don't know if they got turned out or what the heck going on, but my cousin was telling me, talking for like 2.5 hours. She was like, she acts like she's under a spell, like she's deranged, she's crazy. I asked her what's wrong with her. Like, this man is guilty. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? And they just what she keeps hearing is if people could be open minded and see it from his side. There's no side to see it from when you don't have that kind of sick,
He
disgusting thought
should have
towards
took
your
the.
baby.
He should have. And he should have got up on. He should have got on. He should have testified. If he should have testified like he was on the Gayle King show, I'm going. This is a
Mhm.
huge. This was a huge case, a huge celebrity. He's a big time celebrity. You only had 5 people. You should have took the stand and defended yourself. As soon as somebody said something, you should have shot it down and said, "No, that's not true." But you didn't. You had the
I
opportunity
mean,
right there.
you do have the diehard fans that go out their way
Like
to
Trump
hope.
supporters. I think somebody like knows
Yeah,
this.
I
Like
mean,
Trump supporters.
and this is like real life, like James said. We can't make this up. These, like with the incident with, well, for instance, with this young female, you messed up your nursing career. You chased, finally got in his presence. You like worked your way all the concerts, all the Facebook, met all this. Then you finally met him. Finally started being like a promoter for after parties and stuff, backstage passes. Then eventually you earned your trust and way into the inside camp. And then you just like, and still saying he's gonna get out. He's just and then this alleged he don't know any better. He was a victim too as well and everything. Okay, but that doesn't excuse these acts that he has done. And from what these streets is saying, and Greenberg wasn't lying this time, that Chicago state and federal is more bigger problems than that Brooklyn that he dealt with. That's the nail in the coffin. It's done.
And
It's a
that's
done
because
done.
that's because of the grand jury, they got him for obstruction of justice. So, like I said, we're just speculating here. But I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of stuff is gonna come out on that Chicago trial. That's
Let
when
me
the
tell you something.
majority of those tapes are gonna come out. So remember, it was the last 2 tapes they played where they said nailed the coffin, like Kim, like you said, nailed the coffin in there. Um,
Hmm.
and the jury was just probably
nail in
just
the
in
coffin is
disgust.
Rashana Landfair taking the stand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then not only
Yes.
that, but see, but everybody forget Jim Darragata said he got the second tape was Lashana Lanford. The first tape he originally received was of a young girl that took over 7 years for the authorities to identify. That's the one that Tiffany Hawkins said that when they showed up on the scene, when they had to make 12 tapes, it was a young lady there, a young girl that they never found out her name. He had a dog collar leash around the baby's neck. She appeared to be 12, 13 years old. Do you know they didn't identify that girl until 2018? They finally, because they had experts zoom in by the soles of her feet. This is the one that they said that he comes in the room, he drugs her, the baby fall unconscious, got t-shirt on in the yellow room, and anything looked like a hole, he penetrated. And when she came to, she was crying, and he's slapping her face, and then you could see the cameras on in the ceiling and the wall, what's going on in the next room with the other young girl, and he's
I,
telling her stop crying. That one is in that Chicago trial too as well. And she's been terrified from what I've read in black and white. But that was this, honey, this man, he came in the industry with a problem already. And a big liar,
look,
master
she
manipulator, and a
look, beautiful
narcissistic
spirit.
person.
Beautiful spirit. She was fast.
Yeah.
It looked like she was enjoying it. The parents
Ugh.
didn't
Yeah,
care.
you know,
So,
they make
he ain't.
excuses. I heard some guys say, well, you know, them Chicago, especially if they from the hood, you know, them Chicago girls, I'm not saying that it's right, but they so advanced and they so aggressive. I mean, they're a whole different creed from anywhere in the United States. Like, it doesn't matter where they're from. Okay, I'm from the east side of Detroit, where the roughest neighborhood from east to west, but that does not make me a monster, or and I have been stereotyped even here in Vegas by authority. Oh, we heard about you Detroit people and all this and that. Oh, you're a drug dealer, you're a killer. No, I'm not, but it doesn't matter where they're from. This man was still in the wrong. And he preyed on people just like a predator does. He sniffed them out from a mile away, and then the money just fed his ego and his sick ways. I think the fame, and then with him having crooked attorneys, crooked judges, crooked police officers that work for him, all that to help sweep shit under the rug and everything, that didn't make it no better. That just made it worse. He really acted a dumb, plumb donkey ass. Yep,
That
he
is
did.
correct.
He
Well, you
acted
know
it.
what?
And then
You know what?
once he seen that he could get away with her with some, like they basically they showed him like we gonna show you better. We can tell you that you can get away with this stuff long as you keep bringing us that money. And that's when he really lost it. He was like, oh shoot, especially after he got away with that first trial.
Well,
He really
so
lost his donkey mind.
here's what I think about that. Yes, we hold R. Kelly in full accountability, but I also say
Yeah,
something needs to be said about people that turned a blind eye and knew something. I mean, I know legally
exactly.
probably not much you can do, but like I think I shared
Hmm.
this last week. I was in an adult abusive relationship, and it was the
Hmm.
most disturbing part was how people who saw things would be like, well,
Hmm. Yeah.
they seem like a good guy. I don't want to be just people nowadays don't take stances. And I know, granted, I know it's not easy in every case, especially if you're intimately involved with not, but you know the people and have a relationship. But if you can't look at R. Kelly and say he did it, it's what is there to say? Then, or if you are one of the people in his camp that's just like, I just was doing it for a paycheck. You can get a paycheck anywhere else. You can
His
do
own
other
brother
stuff.
said he was doing it. His own brother said he wanted him to recruit young girls for him back in the day, and then try to change his story and say all the girls are lying. But even the news noticed that. Well, it seemed like he's backpedaling. We got him on tape a couple of years ago saying my brother is guilty as hell, and then next thing you know, he's at the courthouse saying all the girls are lying. Which one is it?
Hmm.
But again, think about this. Your own brothers did not testify for you. Why?
Yeah.
Why? You
And
can't get no closer than that.
even if somebody, if you have common sense, and I know everybody ain't able, if you was totally innocent and you have never done anything like that, why would you want to pay your brother to take the fall for you if you didn't do anything?
Like,
I
how could you
mean, from
even
what
raise
I
the
researched and remember, he was trying to, even Bruce had verified that on several interviews. Even when he was locked up, they interviewed him from jail. When he even tried to convince Carrie to take the fall for his brother, because allegedly $50,000 was supposed to be promised if he goes sit down for R. Kelly. Like, if you was
It was
innocent, why would you
200.
need somebody to
It was
take the fall?
200,000. It was two hundred
Mm,
thousand in a contract.
yeah,
baby Yoda? I want to clarify a question you asked. I think a lawyer answered this on some other channel I watched, as far as why the brothers and all that didn't testify. From my
mm,
understanding, I don't believe you have character witnesses during the actual trial, especially if they did not, because during the trial, you're only supposed to have people that there's evidence and counter evidence. Character witness
yeah.
doesn't do that. I think character evidence witnesses come in during sentencing phase, because
And you know
otherwise you
what?
would be like,
Maybe
yeah,
I
because
wonder was
otherwise you
it
would just have
because
girls that come in and say, yeah, because otherwise
I
you would just
wonder.
have girls that come in and say, "Well, I met him and he
Yeah,
didn't rape me, so not guilty." So I think that's why that's after.
So I thought
and I
I
wonder.
heard that. Well, give me 1 second, Kim. I thought I heard that they actually had like maybe 30 something witnesses set up to testify. However, some of them were saying they couldn't get there, flight issues and things like that.
Well, the
I,
brothers were at court, so that wasn't their issue. I just believe character witnesses only come in during sentencing, per this other lawyer
yeah,
that and that makes sense, because otherwise you could just
yeah.
be bringing everybody just to talk about anything instead of the
Okay.
direct
But you know
evidence. Per
what?
my
I
understanding.
believe I believe because it was state in the first trial, because we even, they acquitted him right before the feds was gone. They wondered what the hell taking so long. You convict him or you're not. And they were gonna pick it up. And as soon as he got acquitted, because a lot of handshaking deals going on in that first trial, now that we all know, bribery and obstruction and tampering and all that stuff. But what I do believe, when we listen to that one status hearing, Greenberg said it. Yes, he put on a show, I guess, for his shine in front of the cameras. But when we all heard, me and got us down on that status conference call before he got transported to New York, he told that judge, Your Honor, I never disputed none of the evidence on my client. I've never disputed, meaning that he agrees that his client is guilty. He noted the evidence that he did view. Because remember, Greenberg was lying in the public eye. Oh no evidence, y'all. No emails, no nothing, no federal charge. But behind closed doors, you viewed evidence. I know it's my client. I never once, denied it. And I thank y'all. He was even asking for martial protection once he said when they get to New York, is there going to be a room? Is it going to be agents? He said that he never tried to get R. Kelly out on bond. He said that was all Doug Anton. He made that very clear. Greenberg was trying to clear his name many of the status update calls. So that speaks volume. But he ain't the first attorney to tell the truth. Ed Jussie really told it. And we God rest Miss Linda Mitchell, we don't know what she was gonna tell.
R.I.P. Linda Minch, man.
I know, and we don't have no update on her. That oh Lord. And if that is not hair raising, that was a personal hit.
Like I'm
That
saying,
can't nobody tell me that
the
was
greatest TV show not yet written.
Yeah.
yes, James.
Like
Yes, yes.
someone get this to who's the scandal girl? Shonda. Somebody get this to Shonda quick.
Listen, don't even trip. And I'm gonna have you sign a non-disclosure to keep talking.
Yes. Bitcoins
No,
only.
right, you can't make this up. I mean, you listen, I don't know if you can make this up, but the details of this bullshit, man.
No.
I mean, you really can't.
No, he's going down in history. He's going down in history. His whole case.
Definitely a historical case. Yeah.
His
But
attorneys.
I was reading, they were talking about how I guess a lot of entertainers are on edge because this has set a precedent. Honestly.
Yeah.
It will be.
He got the whole block hot. He got the whole block hot. The block is hot.
Okay. The whole music industry block, huh? entertainment
Everybody's
industry.
shying away, like I hope they don't look at me. I was at that one of the parties. Everybody probably like I was at one of the parties. So I hope they
I don't
don't.
know if you guys
Nobody
know.
look
I don't know if you guys know who Blueface is. He's a rapper out of LA.
Yeah.
There was some drama with him recently
Mhm.
online because he does like this Bad Girls Club type reality show with these girls. And there was some drama with one of the girls who was on one of the, I guess, one of the shows. And his manager, Whack 100, was coming at this girl. The artist, Whack Blueface, wasn't even there, but apparently he's the owner of the house. The police were
Mhm.
there. Somebody was, I obviously had this on live. And the girl
Yeah.
was basically
People.
trying to prove whether or not she lived there or not. She was saying she lived there. She was opening drawers. They had to her stuff was there was no stuff. So she said they took her stuff and moved her stuff. She had a piece of mail that with her name on it. But at the end of the day, I think that so the whole controversy was because the manager Whack 100 came at her real crazy after the
Mhm.
police left and left her there, and she still didn't want to leave. And so
Yep.
that kind of is one of those situations of how far do you let the I guess victim and you want to say victim in this case, in most cases, is she a victim though if she's refusing? This was on live, right? The police were there. They were there to help her
Yeah.
leave. Her mother. So I guess her sister was on live with her. Something
Yeah.
happened. I still don't know what to cause her sister to call the police. The sister's in a whole
Yeah.
different state. She calls the
Mhm.
police. The manager is there or came and tried to
Yeah.
get her out of there. He was like, she don't live here. The laws out here in LA or California, if you're here in somebody's house, you get mail, and especially if it's more than 30 days, you're there, like you can squat. It's
And
gonna take a lot to get them out too.
you
So
know
I think
what?
her out that house so he didn't have to deal with that.
You know what I see? Blueface is just doing a public pimping. That's all. It's not a reality show. That's another
This
form
girl
of
has this
pimping.
guy's, she has his name tattooed on her face.
It's
She's
just a
missing,
different.
she is
Yeah.
missing a front tooth because
Yeah.
another girl beat her down because I think
Yeah.
a guy just basically wanted her to shut her mouth. So he sticked the
Yeah.
girl on her. She said
Yeah.
she gonna leave the toothless look because she said it's cute. She like it. So my point in this, she's like 21, I think, or 22.
Mhm.
I'm bringing this up because I kept seeing comments in this live about how this is giving R. Kelly vibes, how the
Mhm.
manager is acting the way he is to scare her away because he doesn't want an R. Kelly situation.
Yeah.
This man has bunk beds in his house for these girls. And so clearly they're there, they're filming. He has an editing staff, a filming, some personnel there who actually live there because they're there 24/7 filming. So they're taking advantage of it's a situation. So was the drama for the show? I don't know. But I did also get R. Kelly vibes with that whole
Mhm.
situation.
Yeah.
But with the girl not wanting to leave and that whole thing being played out the way it was, would she have any type of case if something would have happened to her at the end of the day?
I don't
Something
know.
would have happened to her the way
Yeah.
that the guy was coming at her. The whole controversy was also he was bucking at her like he was about to put his hands on her. Three
Yeah.
men had to hold him back.
Yeah.
This girl was a
Yeah.
little young, petite girl who I don't feel that was necessary. So the artist finally shows up. He's the owner of the house. The police needed to hear from him. He tried to basically squash the heat. Look, we don't have to deal with it this way. We good. She's cool. So apparently he's been letting her stay there. Didn't tell his manager that. And, it was
He
confusion.
said that he moved her to another house that he had her at because she didn't get along with the other girl. Blueface said this on his live, a follow up. And he said that she came back to that particular where they film at anyway. And she did show, when she went live, she did show her scars and scrapes from when she said that she came through the window on her thighs, which was scraped up and you could tell it was freshly scratched or whatever. But he was saying that he had put her in a different location, one of his other homes, because she did have a fight with another girl in that particular home. And he said that she does have, like, I guess her family had concerns about where her whereabouts was she okay or whatever. Like, that's not a new thing. And with the sister, but I guess by her going live, but he was just like, he felt bad. He understands where she come from. She does get high or whatever, but he was like, Wack was just trying to intimidate her. He wasn't going to actually put hands on her. I don't trust that. You know what I'm saying? But it all looks like a trafficking cult life
It
living. Like,
definitely does. It
yeah,
definitely
I mean,
does.
that looks like, it's, to me, it's not a reality show. That's they want to. You know what? Vegas laws is different now. I understand when you said piece of mail. Now Vegas, if somebody stay at your house over 8 hours, they're considered a tenant, and you have to go to court and evict them. Give them a
Over
30-day
eight
notice.
hours.
Over 8 hours, because I went to jail for a whole week because I was throwing my ex-boyfriend out, and he kept saying, "I know the laws. I ain't got to go nowhere." And I'm thinking, like, you ain't got your name on the lease. You ain't got no mail coming here. Whatever. Yeah, I'm thinking that, but the officer said nope. Laws changed a few years before my incident. That was 2013, and I did a whole week in jail.
Well,
He said you got to
that
take
varies.
him to
That
court.
varies.
He said they said anybody stay at your house over 8 hours, they technically is a resident at that home. And I couldn't believe it. The way the things that I believe in, it went totally against everything. My belief, it had messed me up mentally. I could not believe that. And that's so he lucky. He lucky that they ain't got that out there, because they would have told him she got rights to the home, come in and out. You got to take it, it's a civil case. You got to take it to court, get her formally evicted. And she still would have had another 30 days to get her out.
You know what? I have a friend who he had his own place. It was like a 2 bedroomer, and he let
Mm-hmm.
someone stay with him, a friend who needed help. It was supposed to be temporary, and the person that
Mm-hmm.
started receiving mail there, and blah
Mm-hmm.
blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. And then my friend was like, "Well, if you stay in here, it's been this amount of time. Start paying rent." The guy was like, "No," but he could not evict him because he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't on the lease, but he was still considered a tenant, and there was no
Yep.
agreement between them as far as money. So he didn't have to pay rent, and he could not be kicked out.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't even want to live in a situation like that, though. I'd be afraid they'd cut me in my
Yeah.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know people for that.
Yeah. And it's a lot of
That's all
people
I'm
take
gonna say.
advantage of that out here in Vegas. It's a lot of
I
people. If they're like homeless or something, they'll go, over a friend or family member house, and they'll like use that as leverage to give them, at least a few weeks of time to have somewhere to stay. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it seemed like a lot of people have been through that type of situation. That is
I had to pay a fine. I got charged. I had to do community service. Oh, honey, when I tell you I do not like Vegas laws, honey, I wanted to. Oh boy, oh Lord have mercy. I almost needed therapy behind that. I almost needed therapy. I had no understanding. I had no understanding of that. I did not agree with it. I didn't know how that's legal, but yep.
damn.
Mm-mm. But I pray for all them girls. I really think that's another form of, how they use the internet. They don't just use Backpage or whatever. I don't know what site. I have people that try to hit me up in the DM on Instagram, and they're nothing but escorts, working girls or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I could see them using Instagram, and he's lying, saying that he's doing a reality show, because all that was all cult, bunk beds, and trafficking scene. That was all a trafficking presentation, if you ask me.
Right.
That was where they house the girls sometimes, and then they go
Right.
to the next location. Wherever other home that he said that he had her place, that's just all gorilla pimping, if you ask me. Basically, that's all.
Andrew said they
That's all.
use OnlyFans. They use OnlyFans to promote, huh? Or to also make money, I guess. Um, yeah, that whole scene was definitely a trafficking, like it looked like a definite trafficking pit stop. And I just feel like the cops, they were just like, oh, well, where's your drawer? Like, if you live here, shouldn't you have a drawer? And I'm thinking, well, damn, don't you see any other issues around here you could be looking at? And this dude is wilding out. he looked how guilty as hell, the way he was talking and giving the cop the runaround with his tongue, meaning his words. It was crazy. Yeah, IG, Twitter, hunting grounds, exactly. And that's what kills me too. What people got, you guys got to be careful putting your children out there too, because I know they cute and you want, but a lot of these people, that's exactly what they're looking for. Those cute babies.
Look, I had to unfollow a Facebook friend because literally every day for the past couple of years, all of her posts are, this is what my son is doing today. This is what my preteen, this is where I'm taking my preteen son. Like, I know more about her kid than I know about her. And I'm like, does she not realize how incredibly unsafe that is?
She is so naive. And I'm hoping it's just, I'm assuming it's naivete.
I mean, never posted pictures. Never posted pictures of the kid. But like, I know, like, we know the kid's schedule and everything. It's just like, why are you telling?
Okay. Because I was going to say, there are parents who definitely do promote their children for money on these social media sites too, which is so disgusting. Like, you can't even, these stories that I hear or read about these parents using these sites to, they just basically they pimp their kids out, literally.
I mean, they trying to live those glory days. What do you want?
Oh my God. Through their kids though.
That's usually how that happens. Who else?
And that actually, that brings me to Mr. Angelo Clary. And I only say that, I'm not connecting him to that, but that's, what the word has been recently about him, or not even just recently. I think the whole time that he's been pretty public, there's been people who have said he's, that's all he does is pimp out his daughter or whatever. But I just want to say, if he's listening to, definitely, don't stay strong. Obviously, whatever you're doing and going through right now, hopefully you are grounded in your faith and you are, just tuning out the bullshit, because that's really the only thing you can really do. You can't control what these people are saying and doing, but you can tune it out and stay focused on the things that are, going to keep you moving ahead and strong, and obviously with love too, obviously.
Can I say something about Angelo? I mean, not about him. I don't need him coming after me. I'm sorry.
Definitely not.
I won't say. I definitely don't think it was money pimping, or whatever. It definitely comes across. He truly believes his daughter has a talent, and she might. I don't know. I haven't heard him say whatever. But I will say it almost sounded in a cringy way that it sounded like a man that had a crush on his daughter. I mean, it just always sounded like the way he spoke. It just always felt like he was yeah, it's just kind of like, dude, we get it. You think
there's some fathers, like, are you talking TI level, or are you talking
I don't know if it was TI level. It just always felt really like
Joe Simpson level. Who else? Oh, Trump. Trump also had
it always felt like Trump and Ivanka, but like less touchy-feely.
Okay.
And it's very clear who the child is. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I get it, because I know that he did, I guess, look at her in a way as a product, because he was managing her. So in a sense, she was product, I guess you could say. And some of the things he said could have come across creepy or cringy. I definitely, I could understand where you're coming from. But I just wanted to say, I don't believe.
It's just sometimes it's like, Angela, stop. We get it. You love your daughter.
I know.
You give it too much.
I just wish he would stop arguing. I think that choke thing was a bad move, but you don't know until you know. I mean, I feel bad because I actually encouraged him also to go, because let me just say this. There was somebody said on another channel that he put Azriel's name in the guy in Choke's channel in the subject line, knowing she wasn't going to be there. So they said basically that Angela was the reason behind the fact that her name was in his title and that he used her just to have a platform for himself. Well, no, that is not the case. And I'm just going to say, because I did talk to him, he didn't even know, he hadn't talked to Choke. He was confused himself. But by that afternoon, he had reached out himself. Choke responded to him. Like, he reached out to say, what's going on? Like, and, so he offered to come on, because Azriel wasn't coming on his show. She hasn't been on anybody's show. Why would she go on Choke's
I
channel.
mean, she been on Gayle King.
I mean, exactly.
I mean, not saying
That's
Chuck
the
No Chuck
point.
is exactly Gayle
I
King,
mean,
but you know.
YouTuber.
He's on the YouTube maybe, but he's the Gal King of YouTube. I was told I was the Gal King of YouTube at one point just because of my rationality. But Choke ain't no damn Gal King. I would say that no, I don't even know. I'm just gonna say we were doing a damn report card. I don't know how we got my report card. The idea of my report card was a good one. I'm gonna table it for the next one.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, don't do that. We're gonna continue. So
Choke,
watch.
Choke admitted that it was clickbait, and then he said when he talked to Angelo, even though he's still clickbaiting, but why? I don't think it's right for these YouTubers to be using none of these survivors' names and using them for content, and especially when they done threaten, harass, and victim shame them and disrespectful to the families and everything. I mean, I don't agree with
and actually, I have that article up. I wanted to talk about the lawsuit. There is a new lawsuit, y'all.
Yeah,
I posted on my community wall. But
yeah.
speaking of, the harassment and whatnot, it says R. Kelly manager tried to intimidate, silence sex abuse accusers. Lawsuit claims. R. Kelly's accusers are suing the disgraced singer and his manager for allegedly trying to intimidate them with tactics that included calling in a shooting threat to a theater premiering a documentary about the singer. New court papers show Lizette Martinez, Lisa Van Allen, and Faith Rogers, who claimed they were sexually abused by the 54-year-old convict, filed a Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit alleging that Kelly and his inner circle began an orchestrated effort to silence, harass, bribe, and intimidate those brave young women and their friends and family. They claim Kelly's manager, Donnell Russell, made a series of threats to try to prevent the 2018 premiere of docuseries Surviving R. Kelly from going forward, the court papers from Monday claim. Defendants used escalating methods of intimidation, moving from legal to terroristic in a matter of hours, the suit claims, noting that before the call came in, a cease and desist letter was sent by Kelly's people to stop the series from airing. Russell, 46, was arrested last year for allegedly making the anonymous threat to the Neo House Theater on December 4th, 2018, causing an evacuation and derailing the show's screening. The case is pending trial. The theater threat will leave a lasting emotional mark on the women who, quote, were understandably terrified and exposed, the suit claim, end quote, the suit claims. Oh, there's more. Russell and two other men, Richard Arline and Michael Williams, were also accused of trying to intimidate and bribe Kelly's victims. Both Arline and Williams pleaded guilty to the case. See, this is bad for anybody coming after these two knuckleheads. Can probably get what they want, like these, because they've already pretty much said, yeah, we're part of the cult. We did what he said. We did what he wanted us to do.
Yeah.
Anybody like these YouTubers that we're doing these report cards on, they're part of the cult.
And guess what? While they miss being associated with Don Russell, they might be attached to this lawsuit with him. I mean, while he's making his rounds on channel to channel to channel. You know what I mean? Oh
yeah, and you have to understand that as long as he hasn't been convicted as of yet of anything, his trial hasn't happened yet, and so that means there's still an open investigation. So anything he is saying obviously can be used against him or anybody in his case, and R. Kelly's case, because he still has cases coming up in Chicago. Defendants and others knew about Kelly's abuse of women but didn't do anything to help them, likely to protect the R. Kelly brand name, reputation, image, and continued fame, success, and financial benefit, the suit alleges. Defendants were also aware of and acted in furtherance to engage in acts to intimidate, silence, threaten, and physical and sexually assault women who disclosed Kelly's misconduct, the following charges. So they found a way to get it in because I know Lizette had a statute issue. Let's see. The suit claims that Kelly and his companies should have known what Russell was capable of and should have protected the women who were coming forward with stories of abuse. Instead, Kelly and his companies fostered an environment where criminal conduct was a normal course of agents' performance obligations, the court papers claim. Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer Bonjean, told Page 6, this lawsuit in no way connects Mr. Kelly to the alleged intentional acts of Donnell Russell. These are just allegations, and when the facts are demonstrated, what the public will learn is that Mr. Kelly had no role in directing harassment or intimidation of any potential witness or individuals, Bonjean said. Russell's lawyers did not immediately return a request for comment. So are they not counting her as a lawyer of his? Okay. So Bonjean, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but isn't per RICO, he didn't have to know the details of what they were doing. He just had to benefit from it.
Right. Yep.
But with the Richard R. line and the Michael Williams, because they're all attached to the Cass Jones and the attorney, they were caught with communication, even when he was in the jail, the three-way call and the communication. So he knew about it. You know what I mean? And he was okay with it. But with this Don Russell, it makes you wonder, what attorneys do these people have? They didn't legally advise him, stay your rear end off of social media. You trying to hope and pray to give you a plea deal. For all we know, he might be an informant. He gonna bring. I think the prosecutors, the government is letting these little low men on the pole, as far as these YouTubers, they letting them know, they showing them bits and pieces. We're coming after you. And they thinking that because of this attention and fame, because nobody has formerly been charged, locked up, or beat up, that it's just the internet and they can get away with it. Their excuses is freedom of speech. But a lot of them had attachment with his attorneys doing crooked, dirty things that was, to me, illegal. And I don't know. I hope it's worth it, though. I hope it's worth it that they all catch the charges and part of a man's indictment that they never met. This is crazy.
I don't know if it's going to be worth it for them at the end of the day.
Because they have said death threats about these survivors. I've seen them go live. Even Tyson, when he first came on the scene, he said that he wanted to kill LaShawn Landfair, stop her from getting on the witness stand. He said the same things, and death threats publicly. And they said sexual things that they would do to these girls. They all have been guilty of saying that. And that's all going to be presented in court.
Oh, I'm sure, there may be a whole special case just for the YouTube community on this situation.
And you know what else to me that was incriminating? Why they thought that it was going to be beneficial to R. Kelly? That Shabazz president documentary. That was more crucifying and nailing him to the cross than anything. You had the attorneys on there. You had the YouTubers on there. They all thinking like, yeah, I'm in a documentary. No, you fool. Y'all just made more evidence and more damaging conviction for this man as well as yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they was using it because you had Azriel saying one thing on that documentary and then saying another thing on the stand. Because I believe Canick showed a couple of videos of Azriel.
We did digress. There, everybody's like, we digress. Yes, we did get off topic. No, we haven't talked about Maxwell yet.
But Azriel said something different because you got to think, just like with the Gayle King, R. Kelly in the background, stomping and coughing and everything. They just got beaten up. That's why they was covered up and everything. You better stay on the script. So once she broke free, and then once the government already come to you with evidence, hey, we got a video. This you in this tape. He's beating you. He's doing this and that. You're a victim. You can't deny that. So she probably had no choice but to tell the 100% truth on the stand, opposed to keeping face and trying to survive to get out of that. Sometimes when your hand in the lion's mouth, you got to ease it out slowly. So I can understand why she told a different story from a YouTube channel series from actual being in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
She had to do what she had to do to save herself. Like she said, they got a meal that day from doing, playing the role that he told them to do publicly. And that's sad. They had to do that to get fed. Like, that's ridiculous.
When you said a meal, I'm like, did she mean a
Yeah, she
meal?
said,
You
yeah,
mean
she
an
said that,
actual meal, a food, a plate
yeah,
of food?
food. She said that he was
Wow.
so pleased at that Gayle King interview that he treated them out to, they got a meal. She said he ordered Chinese food. They was able to eat that day. And I said, wow, that was earning something to eat. Like, that's crazy.
I'm texting.
And I was an adult when I was in a domestic violence abusive, and I wasn't in a relationship. This was just somebody that I was getting to know, like dating. When somebody got fear in you and they have help, like I said, this was by a broke nigga. And he had people in the streets, sitting outside my house. I get taken out of the home at gunpoint, take my cell phone, hold me 2, 3 days. I mean, that's putting fear in somebody. And then when you also don't have no better help when you call the authorities and they don't help you out. I mean, that's you feel like it's no way out. And now you got to come up with your own game plan to get out of that situation. So I could, as a child, that's probably even worse.
Oh man. I hate to hear those things about what you went through. But that's why it's
Yeah.
important that people speak out and people, just know
Yeah.
that.
So I can only imagine somebody with money, the power that they would have
Yeah.
to inflict that fear and intimidation, especially on a child. I was in my 20s when this happened, and I never thought. I used to be one of the people like, oh, it couldn't be me. I wish somebody would put their hands on me. But baby, when you in that situation, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's so much that goes into that. But we
And
just
you'd be surprised how many followers I have somebody's back. Like they're more upset and mad than the actual perpetrator.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, beautiful.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Not the
Oh, don't
seriousness.
nobody do my homeboy like that. Don't nobody break up with my cousin. Like what? Oh no. Oh,
yeah.
No,
you gonna
beautiful.
pay today?
But beautiful spirit. Did you have this happen where my situation it was more so people like the victim or the accuser becomes the inconvenience. It's like okay,
Yeah.
especially if you have the same social circle. It's like okay, people are okay, we're doing this thing. He has to be there, and we don't want any drama. It's nothing. It's like, but
Hmm.
the person who was abused is always treated as the one that should not be there, and
Yep.
that is horrible.
I mean, my situation. This man, he's not a man, but his own mama was even like a handler for him. Like his mother, like I remember she threatened me like because I actually didn't let up off of going the legal way as well as the other way, but she was like, "Oh, he's locked up because of you. Now I gotta come down here. You should retract you shouldn't even go forward with it. You shouldn't show up to court." I mean, all kind of mess. You got a piece of shit ass son. Like you gonna get mad at me because I didn't want to get my ass whooped no more, and I don't want to. I had to get my kids and move them back to my parents till I figured out what was, how I was gonna get away because it had got to the point so bad, the abuse that I actually wrote a letter and when it got tattoos and stuff, because I told my parents, if you can't identify me by face, I'll have tattoos and stuff on my body because I had already accepted if it's my time to go. I knew that something traumatic was gonna happen to me once I did get out of that situation. I told God, like, if it's not my time to go, I promise myself to love myself and never ever I did blame myself. Victims do blame themselves. I blame myself for many years of like I put myself in that situation, but really it's not. It's a lot of master manipulators out there.
Well,
Because he was like a total gentleman for 6 months and
well,
then just out of Jacqueline Hyde. it was a whole different person.
You know what, beautiful spirit? Now that we're having group therapy, I think a lot of people underestimate the power of shame. Like,
Yeah.
I think every victim, I know I did, and I think everyone else did. At a certain point, you know what you're in, but you
Yeah.
become ashamed of it, and you try to
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
deny yourself.
Yeah.
Like, why blah blah blah? It's like, because I don't want to believe that I am in this. And people are like,
Yeah.
oh, well, they stuck around, they were nice, because you're ashamed of what's happening and you want to fix it. And every now
Yeah.
and again, the abuser will give you a little rope to be like, things are better, I promise, and
Mm-hmm.
then go right back to abusing you again. And it's just,
Yeah.
people really underestimate the level of confusion. And one thing I've learned, people underestimate, people seem to forget that the victims, their feelings, I believe, were genuine. They
Mm-hmm.
actually wanted love. They actually cared about the other person. The
Yeah.
abuser did not. I
Yeah.
don't know where I'm going with that. I was hoping Goddess would kind of jump in to like be like yes and like do something to like give me that track.
I'm here. I'm just letting y'all rock, man.
I'm done. I'm done. But yeah, I was just trying to clarify where Asriel was coming. I'm not speaking for her, but I was just tossing out there like maybe that's why she did what she did. But she doesn't deserve the hate harassment that she received from these people.
I don't know. She went on Gail King and made a fool of herself the first time. I mean, I'm not clowning. I'm just saying because I get that. People are like, well, why was she saying this and blah blah. When you are in that type of situation, when that man says jump, get from and jump. Then I
Mm-hmm.
think just don't understand that. I'm done. Sorry. I'm back to my chicken.
Correct. Correct.
Listen, nobody deserves any type of, that backlash and that
No.
hate. No one deserves that. But yeah, if you put yourself like, look, on one hand, if you're out there like that, then this is just something that comes with the territory. I mean, she's in a big situation at this point, and by the time she
Yeah.
was on that whole Gail King thing was a fiasco, and the explanation she had when she came back, I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. She is a victim who was bullied
Mm-hmm.
into a position, a situation on national or global television.
Yeah.
um so I don't know, and that brings me back to Angelo, because I had brought him up to say the people, so he's being, as usual, shamed and dragged out there. And of course, no one, well, I know I can speak for myself to say I don't agree with everything he's, I've tried to talk to him about that temper and like giving everybody your energy publicly like that, and like trying to just, like I said, freeze out the bullshit. But there are people out there who take what he does and they run with it, which they have right to do. Like, if you're going to put yourself out there and someone takes what you put out there and they take it and do something, that you've given it to them, right? But to call him a bad parent, I think is a bit far. I don't know that we know intention behind everything that was done for a fact to say he's a bullshit parent. I mean, I don't know. I'm just confused. And then people who call him that are in the same breath cursing and dragging him in front of their own children.
Mm.
And my thing is, well, what are you? What are you doing? Put a mirror up to yourself before you want to do a whole video about a man, yet you dragging and cursing and talking just, I mean,
Well,
you
first of all,
children
guys,
sitting right there.
first
Children
of all,
in
guys,
the conversation.
those people were taking children to an R. Kelly rally. That's all we need to know about them. But
Yeah.
as far I will say this:
Touche.
as far as the Savages and the Claire, I do commend them because I just from my knowledge, I don't believe we would be where we are without them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I give them that, but I think once we got to him going to trial, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, stay away from the camera. Like, don't call nobody. Don't do no blogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Just,
That, it might have been, I don't know. It's so hard to say these things and not be in the people's
Yeah.
shoes, but from an outside perspective, again, we can judge because the stuff is put out there. And you're right. I feel that there's times, you got to reel it in. You got to lay in the cut. You got to observe. You got to just stay on mute. You don't always have to hit live or record. So
you don't always have to prove that you're from the streets and you're street smart. We get it. Like, just we trust you.
I mean, I think at a point it becomes to look like the opposite. If you know what I'm saying, like you kind of disproving the point by some of the stuff, and just in general, people who go so hard in a direction, it starts to make people scratch their heads. Like, well, I mean, what really is going on here? Yeah. So, more people you make mad, the more people are going to come out and bring stuff out against you, whether it's true or not. It does bring a certain perspective. It gives somebody might not know, they believe this person and they will run with that information. Then you
girl, they're pulling up bankruptcy records. Like, for what? How is that helping R. Kelly?
Right.
I guess they feel like they're shutting down his opponents or whatever, but it ain't helping that man. I don't know if they can help him. This Bone Jean person who's supposed to be, looking into his case for an appeal. I'm curious to see what exactly she comes up with. I know that Bill Cosby was one of her clients, or she was a part of that team, and I also know that she's representing what's his name, Keith Raniere, in the sex cult case that he got sentenced 120 years. She's representing him too. So it sounds like he could be just an ambulance chaser in the sex cult world.
Well, she feels
I think she's a fan.
She feels that that the government is taking these RICO cases too far.
Oh, does she? Well, I'm curious.
I think she's trying to promote her career. She's trying to boost her career.
Because she, she's gonna have, the proof is gonna have to be in the pudding with that.
She got a lot of shit to chip through.
Oh, and that was not meant as a joke, but I guess you could look at that if you talk about Bill Cosby.
Good one.
Hello. Anyway, I'm just testing y'all, see if y'all still awake. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna put a pin in this report card. I know we're gonna come back and we're gonna grade Sharon, Sylvia, Choke, Dana J, DJ, Dubowski, and Pieces of the Puzzle. Oh, and I guess Texas. Well, I don't really, Texas Black Diamond and Spitting Fire, I don't watch. Prima Donna, she's strong because she's been in it from day one, and I think she's been pretty consistent, which is a category.
She's not as fun though, because she just be by herself.
She is exactly not as fun. She'd be over there with Dana.
Yeah. So far, Dubowski, boots on the ground. He got an A so far. This gonna be our new comic book job.
The funny thing about him is that he can be so on point, but then at the same, like in 2 breaths later, he's literally jumping off the roof with some bullshit. It's like, can you just be consistent with your behavior, sir?
Yeah.
He has many faces. I think a lot of these people do, actually. Yeah. That's like why Sylvia has her backup channel versus her church Bible channel. I haven't seen her do her Bible stuff so much, but
all of that was.
What's the point of having a backup channel if people can still see it? Like,
I know the backup channel. Everybody who is at the other channel is at the backup channel too. So what is the point? It's just it makes her feel better, I guess.
I don't care what nobody says. That woman is 65 and up. That woman is 65 years old and up.
Oh, she's in her 50s. Her war bonnet, as Nia X put it.
No, baby. It's a lot of them. Oh, Lord. I almost jumped, y'all.
And we never talked about Jussie Smollett.
We didn't. We haven't gotten to a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get there, but damn. Listen, I wanted to hear a little bit of this podcast real quick, though. Okay. Somebody sent me this. Hold on, let me get this off. Get off my screen, woman. Okay.
The
See if I
As
can
Is
forward
podcast
this.
does not necessarily hold the views or opinions of our guests. The guests have a right to express their own thoughts, and those thoughts are protected with their freedom of speech. What they say is what they say, and we allow them the right to speak on their own behalf. The As Is podcast is not responsible nor liable for the opinions and stories of others.
I'm like, wow.
Welcome to another edition of the As Is podcast. Today's special guest is Lisa and Cassandra Kelly, the sisters of R. Kelly. You guys there?
We're here.
Hey,
I'm here.
how y'all doing today?
Doing well. Hope you are well. Everyone.
Okay. You guys have a very complex story, but I want to start and do it a little differently. I know that you guys have been under attack, and scrutinized and villainized and whatnot. Let's start off by telling us what exactly is that like? What's been going on?
Well, go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead, Cassandra. Well, it's difficult to be attacked all the time when we came into the picture just to support our brother.
Right.
They haven't found any fault in us, no one. And even if they were to find fault, it's still our business and our decision to support our brother.
Right.
So it's been kind of hard, and yet, we've grown tough skin. So we've grown a lot over these past 2.5 years. We have.
Well, I just want to say when it comes to an attack, it's only a certain few that I am really not even concerned about, to be honest with you, because we aren't attacked. The majority of people are not concerned about, who we are. All they're concerned about as true fans, they're just concerned about to make sure that we have, Robert's best interests, at heart.
Right.
But as far as saying attacked, I can honestly say it's just a little handful of crazed fans that try to come at us, but
Yeah.
I can't say that we actually been bashed. It's just the same little small circle of crazed fans, to be honest.
I mean, I know one story in particular that startled me, and I didn't really like it. And I don't know if you guys, I'm going to say it. If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. We can move on. But when you were going to court, you were attacked by someone who was trying to prevent you from going inside the courthouse. Can you elaborate on that?
But to be honest with you, this individual, this crazed fan, we have no dealings with this person. We don't know this person. When we were going inside the courtroom, we were unaware that we were supposed to come in at a certain time. The communication, got misconstrued. So Cassandra and I went at a time where there were other fans, out there. All the fans are out there. So we standing out there not knowing that, because we're not used to going to court.
We should have just gone in.
Yeah, we're not used to going to court in New York. We were unaware that someone had already fraudulently went in there as, perpetrating as the Kelly sisters.
Yeah.
And so that in itself, we didn't even know about that. So this individual came up to us and felt like we didn't deserve to be in there. It was just something that's a mindset that we are truly, truly not used to.
I wonder who that was.
Not going to stoop down to that level. But anyway, long story short, and she just put her hand in front of us and saying, "You're not going in. You just want him for money," and all this. Something that we have is so far beyond our way of thinking. We don't even. This is really nothing to even elaborate on.
I mean,
True.
I understand, but I think I think people have taken this case too far, and it's kind of like interpersonalized, if that's such a word. Like they've personalized it, and as if it's them and R. Kelly is their property. And I think sometimes people have gone too far. And I think that's actually hurt him and hurt the case, because it kind of could be looked at as he has influence over people. And because these fans are so crazed, he's a danger or a threat to society because he controls these people. When in reality, these people are acting on their own accord. R. Kelly has nothing to do with that.
That's correct.
So I can kind of understand. But now let's get into the case. Unfortunately, he got found guilty and was convicted of several different things. He's yet to be sentenced. From your perspective, how do you feel about that case? How do you feel about the conviction?
I feel that it was an unfair trial, period. You know, Robert is a world-known artist, R&B pop star, the king of pop. And so how do you truly get a fair trial? How do you get a fair juror in this case? So I think the entire thing was an unfair trial. His rights have been violated. It was just so unfair. And it was really hard to sit back and watch somebody that you love to go through this. It really is.
Right.
Yeah, we're living in times where the citizens of the United States are often judged and convicted in the media and on social media networks. And this is what happened to Robert.
Okay, I'm done with them. I'm done.
Can I just say I love the platitudes? It's just so unfair, but we don't say how. And something else they said, but they don't say what. It's just like, so what are you saying? Did I say anything? It's unfair. So how is it unfair? And his rights were violated. Yeah, his rights were violated. Which ones?
Not specific. Yeah. And then they bring in the whole United States. Whole United States is under judgment by social media, and that's what this is, a social media case by the public. No, we're not on video, ma'am. You know, I don't know what these people. These people are I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this. I don't know whoever sent me that. Thanks for sending me that. I haven't listened to that whole thing. The link is in the description of this. If y'all want to listen to the whole thing, it's an hour and something long. But I did put the link there in case you want to listen.
No, thank you.
I just want to make sure we move on real quick because I know people are like, well, wait a minute. What happened did we talk about Maxwell? Did we talk about Jussie? But about these sisters, I just wanted to touch on that and give y'all that link if you want to dive deeper. But the fact of the matter is, this is just more proof that there are people who seem to be sane. Like, as far as I know, these women haven't said or done anything that to make them seem. I mean, I guess you can't judge. Crazy is crazy. Why they would come out publicly and they're not really related to him to put themselves at the forefront of this thing, I don't know. I don't know if money has been exchanged. I don't know if they've been promised some things behind the scenes. I don't know if they came from the elite, because I feel like there are some plants, such as a Greenberg, who come from the entertainment industry, a crisis situation to put in there, somebody in there to keep ears and eyes on a situation, to report back, to do certain things, to, you know, pull levers, push buttons. I'm just saying. There's a lot more to the story.
I was impressed when one of the sisters said miscarriage. I said, oh, wow. That was a fancy word for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they just seem to be sane versus some of the other people I've seen. You know, we saw some of those people outside that courthouse now. I mean, there's different, I guess, levels to the crazy. But James, I'm agree with James. Yes.
Wait, someone agree with me?
Yes, you got a lot of fans out here, James. We're gonna need to have you come on a regular now. Get my subscribers up, James. I sound like I'm pimping James out. I'm trying to pimp James.
You know, I'm not. I do what I can. I've been holding up 3 years of pent up frustration, and last week I just had to let it out. Like I was just like, I got to get this out.
Good. We appreciate. That's what this is for. That's what this platform is for. If anybody else wants to vent, come on up. Look, it's, you know. He did violate everybody he came in contact with. I agree with that. No. Educated people are crazy too. They be the most crazy.
Yeah, but at least they make it sound good. Like if I hear like unjust and unjust and unjustly used incorrectly one more time, sorry, stuff like that just bothers me.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? There's certain people who claim to be certain, certain professional levels who can't really put together a sentence. How are you a lawyer? Okay, let me stop.
Look, I could switch it up on you if I just feel like it, but like if I'm trying to
No. I'm not talking about code switching because you can do that all day, but you know when someone really doesn't know. There's a difference between
if I'm trying to present information to you for you to take seriously, it's going to be articulate enough. Or even if it's not, I may use a word we both might not, but both may not know what it means. But whatever, you got what I meant.
But I'm just saying, look, if you're going to present yourself to be a certain thing, but yet you're really coming up under the bar, like you really way low beyond under the bar, like you're not even on the surface of the street level. I'm just saying, like, you can tell. I can tell when someone's just cold. There's a way to, you know who your audience is, right? So you're going to cater to that audience probably wherever you most feel comfortable. But I'm just saying.
Well, the better you can articulate the information, the better I feel people receive you. Like, Levi, who may or not be invalid in a wheelchair scamming us for money. We don't know. But he articulates well enough to where it's like, okay, I understood what you said. There was nothing that made me cringe, and I get it. That kind of thing.
I get it. Where is Robert Keller? I don't know. He didn't come over here too much, so but I haven't, I ain't seen him. Hopefully everything's good. Some people just need a break sometimes, There's a lot of people who was here during that trial that I don't see. My family, where are these people at? I'm gonna start naming y'all. Lucky Penny. I think some of these people come in the replay, but
sometimes you gotta take a break. I think I took a break after surviving, after the Reckoning one, the second season of it.
Oh yeah,
I was just kind of like, why am I watching this? but then when the trial started, I just I tried to leave the game, but y'all brought me back.
Right, they bring me back in. I know what you mean. That's what I was saying earlier. I've learned I can hang back now and not feel like I'm missing something or I'm supposed to be doing something. Like I can just hang back and, it's all good. This thing is going to be going and going. Like aside from the other trials, we have people like a Don Russell, his trial's coming up. This Michael Williams guy who got sentenced 8 years for that arson job he did at the Clarys. And I think there was also bullet shots. Didn't he shoot the gun? He had fired some shots also.
I don't know.
Well, he's trying to appeal appeal his sentence, I guess. There's always going to be something to talk about. We got the trial. His sentencing is going to be in May. I'm very anxious for that sentencing. I'm waiting, to see what's what with that.
I'm actually not anxious for the sentencing because I'm like he's getting time no matter what. And then he got 3 other cases where he will get more time. He's gone. He's not coming back.
No, I need that sentence because I need that hammer. That's the kind of the finalization, the finalizing of that New York trial.
I bet you Dolly gonna do it on nasty gavel slam. I hope she flip her hair when she do.
Some of these supporters, I saw another YouTuber with her address on their screen. I guess they're trying to write and they're trying to bring Judge Ann down. But good luck.
She didn't deliver the verdict.
She sure didn't. But they do feel she, some of her decisions weren't, I guess, quote unquote fair.
But then they had another lawyer come on to show that they were.
Oh, they dismissed any logic. Any logic is going to get dismissed. Okay.
I think you pointed it out because I actually heard it live and didn't register that one lawyer. I'm not that lawyer on there who was like, well, when there's sidebar and stuff, sometimes it does work in the defense, and used an example in what they sent him of how it works for the defense. But they didn't see that.
No, that lawyer definitely let them know. Look, I'm not here to advocate. I'm just here to let you know legally what's what. And they had a lot of things wrong. And that lawyer, in the moment, I think they got it. But after the fact, they just went back to their normal, like, crazy crusade.
No, they said he was. They said he was the ops girl. They said they went and looked at his channel. He was the ops. He
Oh,
infiltrated.
yeah, that's right. They went and looked at his channel and found out that he was not a fan. Yeah. So that just discredits any. If you're not a fan, you don't count. Nothing you say counts. Even though you're an attorney and you know the law and you're trying to explain what happened in court. They wanted to know what happened in court. Why did this happen? Oh, somebody's asking what my prediction is on that. I have mentioned this before. I think I had said 40 years. Because I think I had pulled a card.
I'm with you. I think that's what all the pundits say. I think everyone's like 40 years.
Really?
I think I've heard that from more than just you, but I heard it from you first, your bells, but I've heard 40 years around.
I have my cards too right here. I'm gonna shuffle a couple of cards. Let's see. Give me a number. Let's see. They want to know R. Kelly, how many years he's gonna get sentenced for the New York RICO trial. Now keep in mind, that Ranieri guy, he got 120 years. A lot of his stuff was so parallel to R. Kelly's too.
Yeah, but he had like a whole lot more going on, didn't he?
I mean,
like they were all, like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm about to just divert for a split second. Chloe from Smallville got caught up in that. I was so sad.
Yeah.
If you watch Smallville, sorry.
I think she got 3 years. I think she got 3. She was the one that got 3 years, I think. Yeah, she sure did. So was she brainwashed? I mean, that's what if she was brainwashed, should she have gotten time? I don't know.
I know, but the thing was she was assisting in brainwashing others. Like,
yeah, she was the Maxwell of the situation.
Yeah, she was a Ghislaine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I love my animated Batman and Superman. I love those. I watch every animated one there is. And there's one called Batman and Superman Public Enemy. And the chick on there is Power Girl. That is our girl from Smallville. Every time I hear her voice, that's what I think about. How could you allow your life to slip down like this? She's the voice of that character.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she was a great actress. And like, that's the one with Metallo, right? Public Enemy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Power Girl is Chloe.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a nerd. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's so crazy how people just get caught up in stuff that they got no business in.
And she looked terrible too.
I know she mad. She probably like, damn. She probably snapped out of it at this point. Like, damn, what did I do? I kept getting 5. I got 5 like 3 times in a row. So I don't know if that's 50 because I know it's not going to be no 5. Because
5 what?
Years. I got 5. No, I'm saying on my cards. I shuffled the cards. I kept getting the number
for 5 years for R. Kelly.
No, I'm saying the 5 could represent 50.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be 5. It's not going to be no 5 years. The minimum is 10, isn't it? For each charge. Okay. Well, we can move on to what do y'all want to talk about? Let's see. What is this?
Jussie.
Jussie.
Anything?
So, yeah, Jussie Smollett's. His trial is wrapped, right? Well, I think the prosecution has rested. Is that right? I think the state rested their case. Nobody knows.
What is he on trial for? I thought they dropped the charges or something.
Oh no, he's on trial for that. What are they charging him with exactly? Here, let me pull up. I had something here for a quick update. Let me see. You don't know, Baby Yoda?
I don't know exact charge, but I think it's 6. I believe
6 charges.
Yes,
I'm looking
pull it
for
up.
it. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And not only that, he probably ain't even gonna get no jail time because every time, you know, they show what goes on in the trial, probation is on the table.
Mm.
But wasn't what he charged with a misdemeanor? I thought. Like it wasn't even like a felonious crime, was it?
Well, I have this video. Let's see. Let's see. Let me share this. I don't want to say because I don't know for sure, but it's a serious thing because that and it's funny because the last chief of police, he was the one that was like raging after Jussie because he thought Jussie and them made a fool out of him. Now he's gone. He got fired and disgraced himself. I wouldn't put it past Jussie and his people to be behind that. Okay. Y'all see our girl here? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening and welcome to Making the Case. I'm Yuri Tuanda. Prosecutors have wrapped up day 3 of testimony in the trial of actor Jussie Smollett. The Empire actor is charged with 6 counts of disorderly conduct. He's accused of lying to police about an attack back in January of 2019. Prosecutors say the whole thing was staged to get publicity. Smollett says he was attacked by 2 masked men wearing red MAGA hats who put a noose around his neck, doused him with bleach, and yelled racist and homophobic slurs. The 2 brothers, who were first considered persons of interest, became the prosecution's star witnesses, walking the jury through details of the staged attack Smollett allegedly paid them to carry out. Now let's discuss with my panel of experts. Joining me from Chicago is criminal defense attorney David Otunga, and from New York, former senior homicide prosecutor Bernardo Villalona. Welcome to you two. Let's get started, all right? So the prosecution rested after 3 days of testimony from 7 witnesses. 2 of those days included testimony from the brothers. Pretty much sealed the case for the prosecution, in my opinion. Now, I try and wait to hear all of the evidence before I decide guilt or innocence, but I decided back in 2019 that Jussie wasn't telling the truth about this attack. David, you're in Chicago. What was the general consensus when all of this? I'm just being honest, y'all, and I'm sure y'all agree. What was the general consensus there in Chicago about this story, and what are people saying about this trial now?
Sure. So I'll give you my general reaction, which was pretty common amongst everybody I talked to. I'm a lifelong Chicagoan. I'm a lawyer, but I'm also an actor. So I've met Jussie Smollett on a number of occasions. And I mean, he couldn't be a nicer guy. Humble, seemed very nice guy. And he's here.
David Otunga, is this the man that was married to Jennifer Hudson? This is not that.
Is that Punk?
Is it? It is.
OMG.
He said he's attorney. I was like, wait a minute, Otunga. And I was like, oh, he does look familiar, but that beard is new, I think. Yeah, but I think that is him. Dang, that's a trip. All right.
You're shooting Empire. So people, we kind of embracing the city of Chicago. Anyway, when I heard about this, I was shocked by this. And then like, golly, you hear a hate crime, something like this happened to such a good guy. And then in my city, in Chicago, this is going on, that, like, we took it personally. This is our guy. Then things started getting a little murky and started coming out, and he staged it. People completely turned up because we were so invested. And then now you're telling us you made it up. Like I know you're innocent or even guilty, but on the streets of Chicago, he's been guilty since we heard about that. And interestingly enough, I was asking some people the last couple of days what they think about the trial. I had a good friend, who's a police officer. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot that was going on. Like in Chicago, people are kind of over it. Like, well, you know, they're eventually going to get him on something because he keeps getting off, but they're just going to keep coming back and re-bringing charges until they get something to stick.
Which brings me to my next point here. So there was so much that was going on, so many twists and turns in this case where it was, you know, the charges were dropped and then reinstated when, you know, a new prosecutor was appointed, all in an effort to just bury this. But here we are in trial, and Bernardo, I don't understand. Smollett is charged with a class 4 felony, which means if he's convicted, he's looking at a maximum sentence of up to 3 years in prison. But we know that he's more than likely going to get probation. So why draw more attention to this case by going to trial?
Absolutely. I think the whole thing is just a hot mess. Let's just be honest. It's a hot mess. It's a soap opera that's been playing out in the news. The best thing that could have happened to Jussie Smollett is that cameras aren't allowed inside of that courtroom. Can you imagine us seeing this? Can you imagine how many memes and TikTok videos would have come out of this trial? So in terms of what's going to happen, why even bother to bring this second prosecution? One, it's politics. Two, they wanted to show out on the state's attorney, on Kim Fox, the African-American prosecutor for that county, to be like, you were wrong, and pointing fingers at her. But third, they want to make an example out of Jussie Smollett. Like, look, we poured so many resources into investigating that you were a victim of a hate crime at that. And this is how it ended up. They want to deter this type of action to ever happen again. This is going to deter it. But in the end, he's going to end up with probation. A judge is not going to send him to jail for this nonviolent crime. And Jussie Smollett does not have a criminal record. So we're back where we started with the offer that was made by Kim Fox.
David, let's talk about some of the testimony from the brothers. This is clearly about who the jury finds more credible. First, let me ask you, did you find the brothers credible, despite efforts that were made by the defense to make them out to be homophobic and opportunists?
I did find them to be quite credible, actually. I mean, because this story is just so bizarre, and it just doesn't add up. Like, that's why I really can't wait for Jussie's testimony here, because I don't know how he's going to spin this. I hope that he testifies.
Oh, I was going to say, is he for sure testifying? I thought the defense said they don't have any witnesses, but they said they may surprise everybody with him. Nobody knows.
I'd love to see it.
I mean, everything you said makes sense. You have the videos of them going and buying the bleach, the nukes, the MAGA hats. I mean, I don't know, but I don't really think they look like Trump supporters who normally would wear MAGA hats.
Right. And my thing is, so is this considered, so they were involved? Are they considered snitches at this point? Like, I keep hearing this whole snitch thing, but I haven't heard it in this case. When they're literally on trial, on the stand for the prosecution, when they were buying all the things, they did everything that they were paid to do. So I guess they're trying to save themselves, right?
I have a loop-in question. Isn't their lawyer, the Nigerians, doing something in the R. Kelly case in Chicago? Like, I feel like she was on a live saying she was their lawyer too, but I forget what she was doing.
Really?
Does anyone remember? It's a female lawyer, and she was on one of the other channels once, and she was like, "I'm doing something with the R. Kelly case."
I'm gonna have to look that up.
You can look it up.
Yeah. What are those brothers' names? I forgot their names already.
I was about to say Otunga, but that's just what I'm looking at.
That's his name. I was thinking the same thing. I had to look. Okay, well, I'm gonna look it up. Let's listen to this.
I'm just saying, I don't know, but like they have a check from him. I mean, their story really checks out. It does. Also, because I'm in Chicago, I'm in a couple different roles here. I'm an actor, I'm a lawyer. I'm also in the bodybuilding and fitness. I know a ton of personal trainers here. Osundairo brothers train at one of the gyms that I have worked out at. And one of my friends who's a personal trainer knows them. Also, now this is a rumor. I gave any weight to this. He said, yeah, they told me about it a long time ago. Yeah, they set the whole thing up. It's apparently, on the streets here in Chicago, this is apparently like so they seem credible, to answer your question.
They seem credible. And Bernardo, what do they gain by having to go into court and testify and be grilled for 2 days by the defense, even suggesting that one of them, the brother who goes by Bola, may have had a sexual relationship with Jussie? So again, the question to you, do you find them credible?
Absolutely. I definitely find that credible. One of the strongest arguments is that, number one, how would they have known that Jussie Smollett at 2 a.m. in Chicago, where it's brick cold, was going to be at that exact location getting subways at the time that this happened? It had to have been planned.
So that right there is a huge piece of evidence for me. So what do these brothers have to gain? Hey, remember they were looking to lock them up as they were the perpetrators. So they had to clear their name. So that was the main reason that they cooperated with the police. They got an attorney advised them, and they advised them to cooperate with the police. So that's what they had to gain, was their freedom. But in terms of testifying, they didn't want to testify, but it's part of the process. They were subpoenaed to be present in court, and they had to appear in court, and they know what they could have been facing had the name not been cleared.
David, at the end of the day, like I said, it's a he said situation. Who the jury finds credible. The defense even suggested that the brothers wanted Smollett to pay them $1 million not to testify, to which obviously they denied that. Pretty damaging testimony from the brothers. Will Jussie have to take the stand, or should he?
Normally you would say no. You never want your client to take the stand. I was his attorney. I'm putting him up there for a couple reasons. Number one, these brothers were super damaging. Number two, hey, Jussie's an actor, and he's a likable guy. You might have some Empire fans, on the jury. I don't know, but he could be pretty convincing. Maybe he could be endearing to them and sway some people. I think that's his best chance here. Does he really have much to lose? Not really. He won't even see jail time. At this point, I believe he's fighting for his career, because he could have taken a plea deal. But had he taken a plea deal, that would be admitting guilt. He's done for it. At least now he's maintained his innocence throughout, and he very well may be innocent. I don't know, but maybe. So by taking the stand defending himself, I think that's his only chance.
His only chance. He definitely should take the stand, in my opinion. If I was his lawyer, I probably would advise him. He is an actor.
Roberts in New York. Musician and actor Jussie Smollett sat down with me for his first interview since that night in Chicago.
Oh. I didn't know if I saw that interview. We lost Beautiful Spirit. What y'all talking about? Subway open at 2 a.m. Who's getting Subway? Okay, so
that's what Jussie Smollett said. That's what he was going.
Oh, right. Okay. Queen said he needs to be sentenced to a mental hospital. I could have sworn one of those brothers had been rumored to have been sleeping or having a relationship with Jussie, or Lee Daniels, at least one of the two. So to say they were homophobic, I don't know. I don't know. That was news to me. I don't know. I don't think that was his lawyer on the screen. No, that wasn't his lawyer. So I was trying to look up his lawyers. They didn't mention the fact that one of his lawyers, they tried to get a mistrial, and one of the lawyers said the judge physically lunged at her in the hallway, and also made scowling faces at her in the courtroom. Of course, the judge denied this and denied the mistrial request, but it just sounds weird. I don't see any names that sound like anybody connected to this New York trial. If somebody was connected to any R. Kelly cases, it could have been.
No, I'm sorry. I just found it was Gloria Schmidt Rodriguez.
Oh,
I think the other blogger just found a lawyer and had her on there, who just happened to be there.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think she was one of the Enterprise attorneys, the Enterprise people, right?
Yeah, I remember she wasn't. Yeah, she was because she was related to it, but not R. Kelly. Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
See, I'm not tripping. I be knowing stuff.
I know.
But I was on here Google like a feed, like I'm gonna prove myself right.
No, I have found stuff too, but I was like, I don't see any names that relate to R. Kelly's trial. But I was gonna say that it could be any of his trials, because he's had so many cases, or any of his cases.
Well, no, I had to cross-reference their names, which are very hard to spell, and then find out who the lawyer was. Then I Googled her in relation to R. Kelly.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't find anything, but you're saying something's there, so never mind.
Not under her name. I was just saying that lawyer I think you're talking about, I know who you're talking about. I think she was representing, who was it? Was it Diana Copeland? It was somebody that she had represented who took the stand in the R. Kelly case.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
They all are in Chicago, so I was kind of right. Thank you.
Yeah, you good. You good. I appreciate the input. Yeah. So let's see. So this judge name is Judge Lynn. Judge Lynn said there'd be no trial Friday and that it will resume on Monday. So we're going to see whether or not he's going to take the stand at this point, because otherwise this is going to be closing arguments. I mean, what else is there going to be to do? I've never heard of nobody. So they only had, so this is only 3 days and 7 witnesses for the prosecution. The two brothers being the main witnesses, where they said they seem to be credible and that, you know, he's facing felonies. He's 6 charges of disorderly conduct, but they're class 4 felonies. So yeah, but yeah, probation and his reputation, really his reputation and his career on the line. And that's really what it is.
I mean, I know the defense doesn't have to prove anything, but like you would think you would have put somebody up there.
He needs to get up there. Right, at least his sister. I mean, I guess you don't do. I think it was you I heard say about character witnesses not coming until later, until the sentencing. Yeah. So otherwise, if nobody else can corroborate anything factually for him, then he's the only one. And if he doesn't do it, or I'm assuming they cross-examine these brothers, because they're not calling them on the stand, you know, on their behalf. So
yeah.
I didn't follow the case that tough to know what exactly was the back and forth. I'm assuming his attorneys cross-examine these guys.
It's just another one of those why did this happen?
They sure are making a show out of it. I'll say that, for some damn disorderly conduct charges.
Yeah, I think it was funny when it happened. Now it's like, don't nobody care.
Yeah, it's
in the words of Baby Yoda, who cares? It's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. You got her down. Who cares? And with that said, Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, so her trial is going. I know that I read a couple things. I know that a former housekeeper has some things to say, some pretty damning testimony about basically IDing the two accusers, as well as one of them, I think they even picked up from school.
And may it please, that makes the claim separate. The state's experts would have been more persuasive.
Is that me? Or somebody else?
Not me.
I hear some news.
Not me.
Is that you, Baby Yoda?
We're talking about the dangers and hazards.
She's like, oh, let me mute myself. See, this is what she really has going on in her world while we're on live. All that going on back there. Okay, so Ghislaine, let me look in the chat. It's all good. You left a message? Left a message for me? Oh, text message. What's up, Esau? Esau, blah. Oh, okay. All good. Thank you. Okay, so listen. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's right hand. From what I understand, she moved into this man's house and basically became the lady of the house, telling the staff not to even address him anymore. You're gonna address me directly. Don't even look at him don't even look at him. And they said she even slept in his bedroom. Nothing but young women, underage women, even coming to the house, pool parties, all kind of stuff, massages. This man was getting the massages. How many massages a day? They said, like, this man did nothing but abuse your girls. His whole, that was his extracurriculum, it seemed. It's the way he spent his day. And this woman was hella guilty. So I don't know what she's trying to do.
Girl, I heard something on the radio. They said her goal was to marry him.
To marry him?
Yes, they said that she wanted to marry him, and that she made that clear. And I'm like, this is while she was doing all the recruitment stuff.
What?
And
so knowing the type of monster this man is, well, she's a monster too, I guess. What's up, Karen J? She represented AC and JS, and Becker was interfering. Oh, yes, that one. Okay, I had the wrong attorney. So Karen J. So the attorney you were referring to, James, actually represented Azriel and Joycelyn. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We had
Okay.
talked about her too before. I think I even showed a little video of all of them together. And Becker was there. Becker's the one that I think introduced her to them. Yeah, I remember that. Thank you, Karen J, for straightening that out.
Thank you, Karen, for proving that I was right in some capacity. Thank you.
Yes. We like to get things straight over here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where were the parents in this case? How did he get them? They were probably lying to their parents like most these young girls have been doing.
No, girl. People lie to their parents to go to Tyrone's around the corner. They was going to islands. Not playing the parents anyway.
Well,
I'm saying I had that same question too. I'm like, well, how was he getting them? Like, what like, how do you do that?
So you don't think so? You think the parents knew that they were going to?
No. I'm not trying to say that. I generally have the question, how?
Or even maybe they didn't even have parents. Some of people have such lives where they're just out in the world. You know,
Well,
they don't
some
have
of them may have already been in the trafficking ring. Not that makes it better, but I'm saying it could just be anonymous girls that just didn't have nobody, maybe. Like
I remember reading something about how somebody testified how I don't know if it was one of the girls, or one of the witnesses, but Guy Lane was in the car when she saw one of the girls in the parking lot of what was it? Some high end. I forgot what it was, honestly. That's my bad. But she basically told the driver stop the car. Like she hopped out anywhere she saw somebody. She was in their ear. She didn't care where they were. She would just stop what she was doing. It was like that was her only mission in life, was to continue recruiting and getting new girls for this man.
So that he would marry her.
I guess so. I mean, that's the first I heard of that, but yeah, that sounds crazy.
No, I definitely heard that on the news. I'm not one of those who say things with my chest if I did not hear it from a verified thing. So yeah.
Oh, I believe you. Because she's
why else would she have been doing it?
She's some kind of weirdo. Some kind of crazy. Like who? First of all, she comes from money, doesn't she? Like, I just don't understand. She was a not a bad looking woman. It's not, I mean, not to say, because I know this stuff goes beyond looks. It's about power, it's about other things. But I would be curious to know what her diagnosis is. She definitely needs to get something on paper.
You know what? I will say this. Things like Epstein, Maxwell, even R. Kelly, blah, blah. Look, I'm pretty average. I'm chilling in my little 2-bedroom apartment with my roommate in LA, like chilling. I'm not like doing everything I want to be. I'm doing okay. But can you imagine having everything 1 minute and knowing you've been doing dirty stuff for decades, but still having everything, and then out of the blue, you in a 6x9? Is that how they say it? I think I heard someone refer to it as that. I don't know.
I think they do. But I think it might be a 6x9.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know. But I'm just like, wow. That, like, karma will get you.
That's
Karma
definitely going to be. Yeah, you're going to have a shell shock moment, a few moments. You're going to be, I can't imagine at all. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show. It's a show called 60 Days In. I think it's on Netflix. People turn themselves in for 60 days to experience, they're going in undercover, but they're just going in as civilians to this place as undercover into jails. It is, if you haven't watched it, check it out on Netflix. It is interesting to see these people shell shock when they go into this place, like a zoo, when they walk into these what are they called? I guess they're dorms. So I can't imagine. No, I cannot imagine. I can't imagine having everything at my feet and my fingertips and then doing things to risk my freedom like that. Yeah, like, I would totally not want to be even put in a position. Like, I'll be like, oh, no, I'm good. Like, why? Epstein must have been, he had her under his spell. Something, I don't know what he had that she wanted to be his wife.
Or maybe wealth blind and privilege blinds you so much to where you may not even think Because Epstein had been convicted before, hadn't he? Wasn't that like the gag? Was like he had been convicted before, but like
I don't think he got convicted. I think he was he got off. I think he got arrested.
No. I think he got convicted, but the scandal was that the prosecutor gave him basically, you're in jail from 8 p.m. till whatever, then you go to work and come back.
He got like a day in jail or something.
It was
able to go to work. Yeah. He was able to leave and come back or something like that.
Yeah, he was able to go to work.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. Yeah, I need to watch that. There's a whole documentary. I guess somebody in the chat was saying we should watch it.
And it's like, after you do something like that, what do you expect these people to do? Be like, let me be careful next time?
JC said her dad committed suicide when his crimes were exposed. He was facing prison. Ghislaine's dad, I was going to say she must have some type of history herself in her own personal life, some type of trauma. She has to be carrying some type of trauma.
Yeah, but that's not really an excuse. And I know people try to use that for R. Kelly too. Like, you can face what you have going on and say, I'm going to be better. It's a choice. Abuse is a choice, I feel like. That's just me.
I know it's not an excuse, but like that trauma thing is not no joke. It does so much to people. I mean, okay, Ghislaine's dad. She's probably scared for fearing for her life and her loved ones' lives. So you're saying her dad committed suicide behind this? Oh, he himself was facing prison. Okay, I see. Okay, so she's already in some mess from her dad. Like, that's not sure he died in jail, but it was a big scandal. That's crazy. If that happened with her dad also, and the man she wanted to marry. She was pampered, knew the royals. Daddy was big, but he came from nothing. Sound familiar? Nobody knows where Jeffrey got his money. I thought he was like some investment, like.
Yeah, I thought he was a venture capital guy.
Yeah. Like, I thought he was like a Bernie Madoff. Was that his name?
Bernie Madoff?
Madoff.
Well, that was a Ponzi scheme. I think what Epstein.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was doing.
Yeah, I think his business was legit.
Well, Madoff was legit initially, wasn't he?
No,
he was never legit.
Well, no, the definition of a Ponzi scheme is it ain't legit. It's like he was
running.
I
know, but I'm saying he didn't get into it not being legit. I mean, I'm saying he must have started off legit at some point. He had to.
But Epstein, to my knowledge, none of his business practices ever came into question.
Oh, okay. All right. No, years ago he died. He reminded her of Daddy, a UK socialite. Okay. Well, he was a venture capital, caught on the Ponzi. Oh, the father got caught on the Ponzi scheme, but the owner took the jail time.
No, I think she was saying Epstein was a venture capital and got caught on a Ponzi, but the owner took the jail time.
Oh, okay.
Why we don't hear about that?
So he was involved in that then.
I stand corrected. There you go. Isn't that easy?
I didn't know if she was talking about Ghislaine's dad or Epstein. Okay, so because I think Epstein had little girls kind of bribery over him. Oh, okay. Woo, child. It's too much. Listen, this just encourages me to just walk the straight line because I am not trying to risk any type of freedom. I enjoy my life.
Look, man, I'll smoke a little bit of weed, drink a little bit of wine every now and again. Like, if it's white or powdery or anything like that, get away. Like, I've just never, not because I've never seen it turn out well for anyone. So I'm not judging you, but I don't want any of it.
Don't judge me because I'm not doing it either.
Yeah.
I ain't doing no white powdery, no rocks, no
I don't see
pills.
I just don't see someone saying, "Hey, would you like to try this heroin?" and me saying, "Sure."
I always wonder that about people in general. Like, everybody knows the downfalls and the risks, but it still is a big business. It's big business still. Big business. Addiction is real too. That once that addiction takes a hold, once you do try it, you might not ever come back.
Someone told me that you usually in those cases you don't try the new substance while you're already sober. Like you're usually already intoxicated or inebriated enough to where when someone's like, "Hey, try this," you're not as like, "No," I think, and then you get addicted to it that way. That's what I've heard. I don't know.
I don't know. I know I've heard somebody tried something and they were done after that. I'm like, damn. And they warned him not to do it. Everybody else was doing it. Told him, don't do it. Oh, I'm gonna be fine. I'm stronger than all of y'all mentally. I'm better than y'all.
And plus, it's expensive, and we in the middle of a pandemic. You ain't got the time to be spending money on stuff.
They sure did raise them cigarette prices on people. I know too. Anybody that's smoking, I don't know. I'm wondering if did that make anybody kick their habit. People is hurting out here trying to maintain and keep a roof over their head. Now they got to pay for these damn cigarettes.
Look, one thing about these smokers, they will find a way to buy them cigarettes.
I know, huh? They even get them damn Lucy. Let's see. I'd rather make money working a regular job than sell my soul for fame and fortune. Let them know, Esau. Yeah, I don't know if everybody knows they're actually selling. I mean, at this point, everybody should know the game is, look, you got to pay a price, okay? You got to do, but there's opportunities to do things your way now because of the internet and different, just different ways of doing things today. But, I don't know. What do I know? Shit. I do know that we're going to be back at some point next week. I'm going to try for Wednesday. You guys, let's come back. I want to do this. We're going to do our report card. Damn it. I'm going to actually fill out the report card and I'll have it for y'all. We're going to do an average, because my thing is, listen, we're going to have to start weeding some of these people out. It's a lot of bullshit up on here, and we're done. This trial is over. This man has been found guilty. He's facing charges and sentencing, and there's no more all that appeal shit. Okay,
Girl, there you go. Look, I'm about to leave, but I have some parting words.
Yes,
if you will. I've been hearing a lot of the other bloggers talk about how much work they put in and blah blah blah, and how they should be commended. And I'm like, but you lost. Like, do you really want to associate yourself with a failure? And that's all I have. Good night.
And good night on that note. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, if you were putting in all that work and all that, and he got convicted on pretty much all counts, I think, right? Yeah, you didn't really do shit. You really didn't understand the assignment, I don't think. So with that being said, all of y'all got Fs for everything leading up to the trial because you didn't do nothing for them. So with that said, y'all, we love you. Good night. Thank you so much. As always, subscribe, like, and share. Comment if you're in the replay. Until next time, bye.